Okay, so we've got James O'Reilly versus Ronan Kennedy. It's first frame here, 0-all. Position from the last red to the black. He needs to. He can either screw back a little bit or run through on the last red. I'm not sure. Just screw back a fraction. It's a nice angle. He can either run through and play it in the middle or screw across behind it to play it in the corner. Which do you prefer, Matty?
I would just roll it through, come off the bottom rail and pot it in the centre. Looks like he's screwing back here. No.
Did look like he was screwing back, actually. I thought he was. I think it's the way James cues up on the ball. He cues up very low and then sort of hits through the middle. So, James goes 1-0. And this is the second round match, last 64 of the Anzac tournament. And I think we just got the hammer joined us. Nathan Harris, welcome.
All right. Hello, Pikey. Hello, everyone watching the stream. Last 64, second round.
Second frame.
A few upsets already that have just been brought over. Just if you don't know, Rusty Wheeler and Alec, the two winner and runner-up of the big guns, just been knocked out in the second round.
Who's been knocked out?
Rusty and Alec.
Oh, they've both been
knocked out.
Both been knocked out. Wow,
yeah,
there
James
you
Meckiff
go.
knocked out Rusty, and Scott Peel took out Alec Arenatus.
Yeah.
So last night, obviously, I not seeing the matches, but you know, clearly there's been a big 3 days for those guys.
Yeah.
Might have just caught up with them.
And
but credit to the guys that knocked them out, though.
Yeah, I know it's only early, but this tournament's opening right up because we had a few big names go out in the first round too.
Yep. The way it's going, could be a couple of women in the final.
We had Benny Noonan lost his first round to Jake McCartney.
Yep.
And Steve Tran went out to Alec.
Yep. Kurt Dunham a no-show.
Kurt Dunham a no-show.
Yeah, Kurt Dunham a no-show, and a few other people that obviously.
James, I think James Delahunty knocked out Nathan Neems.
Yeah, Della won his second match, I think I saw just before as well. Robbo's still going. Mick Hill, of course.
Oh, Michael Scarry went out.
Michael Scarry lost to Rusty. Yeah, some big matches in the first round.
And Paul Pike. Paul Pike went out to Michael Cacciola.
Okay, and I lost to Donnie Colbert. So who then proceeded to go out in the next round. So good work, Donnie. Thanks a lot for that. Thanks for playing out of your skin against me.
You wouldn't be the first player he's got in the way of, Nathan.
Yeah. But I just, thanks for playing out of your skin for 10 minutes against me and proceeding to chop up your next match. But who have we got here? We got Ronan and
James.
Jimmy O'Reilly. Yeah, look, you on paper you would say James is a favourite. He's up 1-0, but best of 5. You know,
he does.
Ronan's definitely capable of causing an upset here. He's not the worst player in the room, that's for sure.
Yeah, the way it's looking this frame, I think James has the favourable balls here too. So
he's looking odds are shortening for a 2-0.
Yeah, Ronan needs to produce something pretty big here, I think.
And that's not really going to get the job done. Hasn't really killed any yellows as well.
These all look pretty appetising.
So the yellow that he just pushed over to the right side can either go in the centre or can just roll down on the yellow over the corner. He'll probably take this, the one underneath the red that he's looking at now. Yep. Not too many problems out there.
I think this is actually James O'Reilly in turbo mode. Don't think I've seen him get down on a shot that quick.
Yeah, must be feeling confident. And his shot only took 40 seconds. So
he's never in danger of rushing anything, is he?
No. Must have time watch on hand. He plays it. Yeah, again straight down on the shot. So yeah, obviously where the balls are on the table. Why wouldn't you be confident? So yeah.
Has he come back too far?
He might have run. No.
Yes.
He has. He had avoided that red. He might have landed on one, but just a little edge.
So
I think the right shot there was probably to just run that down. Was run that down the corner. A lot more control. You don't send the white flying around the table. Some might say he's unlucky he's landed there, but you roll that in. It's either in or over the pocket. As I said, there's no danger of the reds really doing too much.
Needs to make contact with a yellow here. Doesn't want to kill any yellows either, so he'll probably just hit it.
And he's missed everything there.
Oh, he's gone
He
wide.
has left the door slightly ajar, but a lot of work to do for Ronan still, but 2 shots certainly helps.
Speaking of that, Hammer, when is a door not a door?
When is a what, not a what?
Door, not a door.
I don't know.
When it's a jar.
When it's a jar. Okay. All right, and how long have you been riding that one for?
Well. Yeah. We've got the legendary Dave Krasick just popped in. How are you, Dave?
How are you, mate?
Not too bad. Not too
Are
bad.
you still in, Dave?
You're still in.
Oh, well, that's good. That's good. That makes one of us. So.
And James Meckiff just with a slight grin on his face here. He looks happy.
That's a big effort. Well done again.
Well played, James.
Yep. So James, you're probably, I'd say, $400 for next year's
big guns.
For next year's big guns, mate. I don't want any arguments out of you. Yep. So Ronan's still with 2 here, but if he gets a nice result here, no, it's not good. Had that rolled through another probably full ball, possibly would have given him a chance there, but yeah.
I think it was the right idea, but just underplayed it.
Just didn't run through enough, yeah. No, he definitely had to, there wasn't any safety options or anything like that, so definitely had to deal with the dead ball early, and unfortunately for him, he just hasn't landed well.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gone the snooker there, but has left James the yellow in the middle there.
I think this yellow actually is probably frame ball.
It is frame ball, mate. So yeah, that's exactly what it is. Makes this, and even if it doesn't,
it's pretty much your black ball.
He hasn't left a lot on offer, but. And straight in.
No.
Oh, that rolled off a little bit there. I think it looked.
He was up and walking.
He was ready for his. He already had 2-0 in his mind, and Yeah, I saw that dipped into the rail a little bit there. Yeah, I think we all thought that was in. I certainly did.
So, Ronan, is he playing a snooker here or
I
a
think
pot?
so. I think that we're trying to get a snooker,
And
a bit of a two-way shot there. So
he might have left an edge on this
he
yellow
has
again.
left a gap there. Yeah.
If James
shadows on the ball, does look like there's a little bit of a gap there.
If James can play this Jackie combination shot, sorry.
Yeah, he's definitely going to see it.
Might even be able to play it with a little flicker side and kick the yellow if he needs to, but I don't think he needs to.
No, it's not required, especially if he gets the other yellow straight over the hole. Well, he has tried to do that. He has tried to knock it out. I don't see what the problem was leaving the yellow there. It's certainly not dead.
He could have just played it down onto the ball up the top too.
He gets an extraction. It could move into it could sit in between the black and the red there. Anything could have happened.
Yeah.
But as it turns out, he avoided it altogether, which was a good thing.
Nice recovery shot. He's got good position here just to stun this in.
Stun this or roll it, drag, it really doesn't matter. Likes to go the former. And who broke this match, do you know? Any idea?
I have a feeling James broke this last frame.
Okay, right.
So it'll be Ronan's break.
2-0 and one more to send him in the last 32, and could be a very open last 32 as well, with given the boilovers we've had in the first couple of rounds.
Yeah, it's interesting coming from, we've just played the big guns the last 2 days where the tournament was seeded and all the big players sort of met third, fourth round, and then you come to this and it's an open random draw, and there's been a few big matchups in the early rounds.
Yep, yeah, and it's definitely it's only a best of 5 in this, but there's definitely some mental fatigue carrying over from the previous few days. There's no question about that.
3 days of solid pull before this.
3 long days. Yeah.
That is a cracking break.
And that's just what Ronan needed there. But he probably wants the yellows, but it's a very, very tough opener.
Yeah, he might take the long yellow out of the middle of the table. Possibly.
Or he could probably play the yellow that he's next to, stun it into the centre with a bit of just drag the white off the bottom rail. He might be able to take this yellow off the red, as you say. Well, actually, you said down the corner, didn't you? I think he might be able to nick that yellow in off the red.
Yeah, I was talking about the yellow on the blue spot, basically, because if he takes that and then takes the one up near Bork, then he can come back down to work.
Yep.
He's just got to make a long pot.
Yeah, good shot by Ronan there, and that's probably kept him in the match, that shot. Not literally because he's at the table, but it's
fraction hampered.
A lot of problem reds out there.
To take the one in Bork now, he's a bit hampered because he's got a queue over, so you might see him elect to take a different ball. But
yeah, he may just take one of those ones down the bottom right, which he's going to do.
Look at him struggling.
Still a bit awkward. You probably
short bloke. Short man syndrome. I know how he feels. Struggling to reach the shot. I definitely think the tall players have got an advantage in this game.
Yeah, I heard you say that the other day, mate. So yeah, I'm in bed in the middle, so it doesn't really bother me. And he's a rush of blood perhaps, but he's overhit that by a considerable way. But he does have the yellow, one of the yellows down available in the left-hand corner.
Yeah, the middle yellow. Yep.
If he knocks this in, he's back on track. But a little bit of work to do because of that error. He's just put the Johl there.
Okay.
James has a tricky red there, but it does pass.
Run down inside.
Obviously, yeah, if you can strike that well, we could be able to finish the frame. can't get on it at the moment, but he also may even look to play that red down this end of the table as well. He may not need to play it down there. That's also a good shot, but yeah, it all depends what he wants to do.
He can play both those rail balls, both the reds that are on the cushions, with a bit of in or over, because they do cover one of Ronan's yellows either way.
It's pretty much the same result really. It's just you pick which pocket you want to do it to. This is what he might be looking at doing. He might just he might screw back into the right rail and might look to play that red. Might look to play that red down here. Down the right,
play it down long, I see. Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing is he may want to come down and take that red that's down the bottom now and leave that red till the end, perhaps.
Yeah.
No, he's gone the other way.
Stunned across.
Yeah, that's not too bad either, because if he rolls this in and it does drop, he does have natural angle to cut that red in the centre and come down naturally for the bottom one.
Yeah,
it's not a bad option.
I think if he leaves the white basically where the red is,
he'll be hoping to pop this though and not leave over the pocket. He's played that well.
Yeah, can basically just run through a little bit on this.
Yeah, he couldn't have left it any better angle-wise. Doesn't have to do anything with the white.
Might actually be running towards the corner yellow here a little bit, so he probably doesn't want to overplay this.
Yeah, if he makes contact with that yellow, he would have had pretty thick contact, I reckon. So it's just definitely.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, nice thin contact there, and he'll leave himself a little bit of angle to just bump up a fraction and knock the black in the centre for a 3-0. And go through to the last 32.
Yeah, you'll probably see him cue this in. He won't dolly it. He'll sort of screw out a little bit.
Yep. Yeah. And as a Solid, who's standing behind us, has just pointed out these O'Reilly tables are quite tricky in the centre. So it may look like an easy pot, but he will have to pay it at dead pace, and he could not have played that any better. But he will have to just drop this in. He can't really attack this. Not that he'll be looking to, but very tight pockets here in the centre. Just dumps it in. Any harder than that, it would have spat out. So well played. Nice outfit by Jimmy there.
O'Reilly wins 3-0 on the Riley table.
You're just full of them today, aren't you, mate? So, yeah, mate. You got plenty.
It's only early.
It's only early. All right. Yeah. So like it's probably been said 1,000 times over the last few days, but the tables that basically we're filming versus the outside tables, the centre pockets are quite different. Can be very aggressive with the ones on the outside. These ones you have to a bit more duty of care.
It looks like we've got Jake the Head McCartney here versus Kevin Malek.
All right, and how far are we into this match?
I think we are a couple of frames in. I'm just checking the score now.
Yeah. And
what's the score, Dan?
Might have got confirmation that Jake is 2-0 up and breaking, so this could also be, might not get to see a lot of this match.
You might see the loose power slam break here, look at that.
And
does break the balls well.
Absolute dream break, and you could pick whatever colour you want really, but he will be, I would say he'll be taking the yellows.
Yeah, I think yellows because of that red in amongst the down the bottom end here, but so, yellows are good.
Yeah. And without much time, he's gone straight into his work and landed out of position straight away.
Yeah, he just caught a kiss on that yellow. He tried to play around it, but
Jake's probably just looking to fly through this frame and get himself off table. He's had a big couple of days, yeah, old Jakey.
That's
and
gone along.
Just a little bit of bounce off the rail there and blocked all hope of squeezing a red in. Kevin Malek, did play. Also, Kev played the big guns on the weekend. I'm not sure how he went, but yeah, for $100, why wouldn't you enter that tournament?
He's been around for a while, the Egyptian Elvis.
He certainly has been. Obviously would have liked to have come down a bit further there, but so this is the pressure that these guys, just implied pressure that these guys put on you, force you to go for something you don't want to do.
Yeah,
and
saying that yesterday when I was commentating some of Rusty's matches, he puts the pressure on the opponents just by his style of play.
And the same could be said for the guy that he played in the final as well. So Alec is probably one of the best at it. Just that pressure, even when he's not at the table, just makes you uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's hard when you're playing an opponent that you know will punish any mistake you make.
Yep.
It just adds that.
So when you're at the table, you just feel that you have to either pot out or play every shot perfectly, and most times that's what you have to do anyway.
Yeah.
But
it actually, I enjoy playing the better players purely because I actually play a better game myself. When I tend to make too many errors playing, someone. Yeah. Not that I don't give them respect, but I don't give myself enough respect, I think, you know what I mean?
Look, I've always said it's easier to get up for the big matches. And, they're not easy to win, but they're easy to get up for. Because you know your best game is required. So
that's it.
Anything less than that, you won't win. And as I said, when you do play the least favourable guys to win, you can definitely switch your gear off and you can, more times than not, can land you in a bit of trouble.
Yeah.
So, as I said, he's forced Kev to play a couple of shots, that he probably wouldn't normally play against other players, but it's just the pressure of, Jake. He thinks that Jake will probably go out when he gets to the table, so he's got to, and it's just, in doing so, he's made it a lot easier for him. He could probably just closed up a pocket or something like that, made him work through it a bit, but yeah.
Well played, Jake.
Right under Jakey. Didn't see a lot of the match in the other two frames, but quite a comfortable win. He's also through to the last 32. So you'd have to say he's one of the favourites given, along with Mick and Robbo. Everyone else is pretty much gone.
Yeah. Now we've got a last 32 match here. Jamie Stevens versus, I don't know, Scott Parker. Do you know Scott?
Yes, I do know Scott actually. Yeah, he was on my group in the state doubles recently. Okay. He's a very capable player. He's the one who just knocked out Don Colbert in the last 32, who actually beat me. So in the first round. No, Scott is, and Jamie will know this. Jamie will know who he is and what he's capable of. No, he's definitely he's an aggressive player.
Yeah.
Which is probably the style that Jamie likes, having said that, having that solid is looking good here to take the first frame, but Scott is more than capable of causing an upset here.
Yeah, best of 7 too, the last 32.
Yep. Right, so we're ripping through the matches here. It doesn't feel like we've been here long at all, and we've already gone through a couple of rounds.
Yeah, I think the tournament's run pretty well. They've right on top of everything. It's good.
And Yeah, it's only 1:30 and we're in the last 32. That's good.
You don't see that every day.
No.
Usually they're just finishing the first round.
Yeah, well, usually it's like after the first round they start taking names for the Blancs or the non-qualifiers, and I don't think they've even done that yet. So this is looking good for a reasonable finish.
Jamie's he's in the heartland now. He just needs to stun this long yellow, long red in.
Yeah.
Play the red back in the middle.
Yep. It's all about position here. There's no hard balls on the table. It's just about landing the white where you want it.
Yeah, he's. It's a nice shot. Has a couple of options, screw back or possibly, depends how straight he is, he might screw back for the gap between the black and the red, or he could just roll through a touch.
Yeah, there's a few different ways.
He can also take the corner ball.
I think he will take the corner ball. It's just it just makes it a little less awkward, I think, because that ball could be a problem if he doesn't take that now, even though it's wide open.
Can't see any problems.
I think this is the right shot.
Black's out in the open, it goes everywhere. Plenty of room to move.
And he's overhit that as well. Like, he hasn't played that well, but he actually didn't need to hit it at that so hard, in my opinion. But just give Scott a chance that he probably didn't think he'd get. So
those three balls you'd expect Jamie to clear up with his eyes closed nearly.
But I am surprised that Jamie missed that, because he did tell everyone last night that he would be winning this tournament. So
he did?
He did.
Was he on the wild turkeys?
He said he was, while he was having a couple of social ones. So I don't think Butters was paying much attention to him at the time when he was making that declaration. But he's already in the last 32, so he's as good a chance. He's good a chance as 31 other blokes. But yeah, might want to tidy up on that. All right. Yeah, so as I said, Scott's this is probably the frames that Scott wants. I don't think he wants to get caught up in tactical battles with Jamie too much, so he probably like the open frames. That's his strength. I'm probably a bit biased towards him because he is a left-hander. So.
Oh, I do know Scott Parker, actually. I just saw his face there.
And
I didn't realise who he was,
He hasn't landed well there. It looks like he's obviously just hampered by the rail, but he might have to pump this in with a bit of pace. And even if he does that, so he's looking to see if that yellow will squeeze inside underneath the red there, because I don't think he's going to be able to have position in the other pocket.
Really got to force this to get down there.
Yeah, and I think he's going to land down the right side, so it's probably
very hard to force down off that angle.
More you could have done there, and even if you had hit it firmer, you still wouldn't have had a shot.
Let's see, is there a possibility to bounce this out and leave the white in behind the yellow?
Yeah, you could possibly just bounce this out and do that. Yep. But
he is attempting that.
And he has left him.
Yeah, he's left
the yellows.
Left him the red. The yellows are dead though, is the problem.
Yeah, that's it. As I said, that's a great shot if you get the snooker. If you don't, you have not improved your position at all. As I said, it's basically a free shot for Jamie here.
Yeah.
I feel no pressure at where the yellows are.
That was interesting.
Yeah, again, he's played it off the red, but again, that's a free shot. There's not really anywhere he can't really get any coverage there.
This looks like we've got 12 viewers out there. Everyone's just starting to tune in.
Yeah, I'm sure that will increase as it gets later in the day.
Yeah.
So hello to everyone that's joined in so far. Keep the comments coming. Alright, so you can probably play the double here, or you might even or he's just divided into the centre there. I think it was a more aggressive shot, was just played in the corner. They have been sliding a bit. Yeah.
I don't mind taking the corner ball first here, Nathan. Not that it makes a lot of difference, but I think either way's all right. That's not bad.
Yeah, he's held that well, but yeah, it was either or really. He could have played the corner and just got back up on those balls, but yeah. Many players go many different ways, and that's I'm not just talking about 8 ball.
Yeah.
Alright, so where would you pop the black here? Would you screw back, or would you come around and play it in the same pocket?
On these Riley tables, well, normally I'd use the cushion, but
it's just rolled through.
Yeah. So that was probably why in my head I was thinking take that ball first.
A little bit short there, so but yeah, just plays this with a bit of bottom.
Yeah, and, he's all right.
And dump it in the corner. Yeah.
Dump it in.
Dump it in.
And he has
gone to play it straight into the yellow.
Not dumped it.
Has he even got the coverage on that? Yes, he does. He's been fortunate that he was able to at least block the pocket. He's hit that terrible, Jamie. Yeah.
Maybe a few tenths.
I don't know why he tried to roll that in there. I just dig into the white and you play a more aggressive shot on the black as well by doing that.
Yeah. I think if he had to come up another, half a foot, it would have been a straightforward.
We might need to check Solid's drink status. He might have run out of petrol over there, so he might need a top up.
Yeah, well, it's two big chances he's had to win this frame.
This will be a huge frame for Scott if he does this, because he's been given 2 chances that he probably didn't think he was going to get.
He's played that well,
and that's a great shot by Scott there, and just back your queuing here. And
so wow,
Blanc's gone. Really? Yeah, as full as it. Wow,
unbelievable.
Well, I didn't even hear it being announced. Whatever. Another. Okay. All right. Well, there you go then. So yeah, Jamie's just copped a big strawberry there. After missing 2 easy chances to finish.
Yeah, he's lucky.
He's just been fortunate to leave Scott awkward both times. So,
yeah.
So yeah, he's fortunate to be 1-0 up there. So you got the last spot.
32. Nathan's just going over to sort out this Blanc's comp issue. So what, Mikey Cacciola, this is the bloke who chopped me up. I played exceptional. I lost 3-2 to him, and he played absolutely exceptional. So he's the he is the current Australian 9-ball champion, Dan. Yep, he just won that recently, and he knocked Dan out of big guns. He's only young, 19 I think, and does play an awesome game.
Yeah,
all-rounder in Q Sports.
Yeah, and confirmation I have been dudded, so it looks like I'll be doing a bit of commentary, and yeah, no Blanc's comp for yours truly this year.
You've been rorted again.
Yeah. Look, I probably would have drawn an Aussie player anyway, because that's what happens. But oh well, we'll just stick with calling the matches. Probably less annoying by doing this. What was that?
Gone home. Scary's gone home. Benny's gone home. Steve Gray's gone home. So,
yeah, so this is a good match right here. A couple of current state reps for South Australia. Come all the way from SA, and they draw each other in the last 32. Well, it's bound to happen at some stage, isn't it?
it is one of my very first 8-ball tournaments ever. I drove down from Traralgon to Frankston, I think it was. Hour and a half with Steve Gray. We met the first round in the 128. And, what's happened? So it looks like Nathan might be a chance to get a spot. Who'd you beat? Oh, that's right. Scotty Peel beat Alec in the last 64. Very good. You got him?
Well, they've gone to 48. If
48
they've gone
in
to
the
48 players now. So, hear that, Dan? They've gone to 48 players now. So
that means possibly a final 3.
So apparently it was full, but when I asked about it, but clearly there's been some other people with a bit more stroke than I do.
Someone with a bit more pull
that have coerced the organisers to put another 16 runners in.
That's a bit worrying for your status there, Hammer.
Yeah, well, yeah.
No respect.
No, not at all, mate. Not at all. But you know, something I'm used to by now.
Yeah, put it. Well,
another pull right, yeah. Lee Gilpin, you'll be very appreciative of that one.
We got any comments yet, Dan? No. 18 viewers.
Oh, it's gone up to 18, so either people are tuning in now, or either they just got out of bed. So
yeah, pool players not up before lunchtime.
Yeah, well, you know, that's standard.
Especially on a long weekend like this.
And maybe a few viewers out west as well. So it's not much representation from that way this year, but
I saw we had a viewer tune in from was it Canada for the big guns last night? Ben Crawley.
Ben Crawley, yes. Seeing how his brothers are running things, so yeah. But he's living abroad now these days, Ben. So not too far away though. So now I believe these guys played in the big guns as well.
They both did.
Yeah, and that was a close match as well. And is it? How do you say his name? Is it Sawan? Is that how you pronounce Sawan? Is that how you pronounce it?
Meckiff.
So Sawan come away with the victory on that occasion.
It's a
a very nice game, this guy. Very controlled player.
Of the big guns.
Doesn't put a lot of effort into his cueing, but gets to where he needs to be pretty much every time.
That's he's just saying Sawan knocked Benny out on the winner's side in the big guns. He did.
Too. No, it was 11-9 or something like that. So yeah, he had a good run as well. So be looking to see if he runs straight into the red, whether that'll go in off or not.
Yeah, it's a little tight.
Yeah, but I don't think you can really play it any other way.
I think he's all right here because he hits the not the red closest to the pocket. He hits the other red, so I can't really see a cannon to pot the other red. He's pretty safe.
He might see if he can land a rail first and then clip the red. So
yeah, he's pretty safe even if he does clip it.
Yep. And
hang on.
Oh wow!
Where's that cue ball going?
And there's totally in checking the possibility of fouling on the red, he's forgotten all about the white, and geez, that's unlucky.
Yeah, especially on these Rileys, they're tight into the middle.
Yeah, that's right. It's probably the only ball that's gone in from that angle the whole weekend.
Okay, so back to Scotty Jamie match, 1-1. Jamie with an open spread here.
Yeah, so this is a dangerous match for Jamie, because as I said, Scott is a very attacking guy. And she's just a little bit off at the moment. Yeah, if I can get one.
I've still got a tiny bit.
Oh, you got? Just a draft. Thanks, mate. Cheers. Yeah.
So Reds are looking good here.
He does have a chance here, yeah. He's left him another opening. Not sure how that second frame panned out, whether it was like the first, but you don't want to, in short races, you don't want to give these guys any sniff at all. Knock you off. So the door has an opening. As I said, the door again, Pikey, is ajar.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, he's checked that up a bit. He didn't mean to, I don't think.
Has
yeah, not
just
sure.
landed it. Whether he can see that red on the left side or not. Probably not, because he's obviously taking the other one.
He's running behind the other yellow here.
Yeah, and you have to be careful with this shot as well.
He's dipped into it. He's
oh, okay.
So we've got another nice matchup. Steve Jamison's about to play James O'Reilly.
Right. Yeah, so Scott's landed on this one, but yeah, there's still a bit of work to do here. He's probably going to have to he's probably have to dig in as hard up as you can here, and just see if he can get the white to come out. This is a very, very tough shot.
You got to sort of play a masse down on the white.
Yeah, a very hard shot to get out for your next ball there.
Like you say, he does go for his shots, Scotty, doesn't he?
Yep. So, as I said, he might be able to nick this one over the hole, or in or over. Get the white off. Get the white coming off two rails, and if he pots it, he will have a shot. He should have a shot on these other reds. And he's hit it way too thin.
Too thin.
Yeah.
So Jamie, another second chance here too. Unfortunately, a few errors from Scotty's just given Jamie the second bites at the cherry so far.
Yeah, it's just a game of second and third chances so far. I think you can obviously correct their mistakes a lot sooner, as it is in most matches. Will come away, because it's pretty even in terms of what they're both doing on the table. It's just they've been pretty open frames, but neither of them can really finish off. But I think it could come down to the break in this one.
I think you're onto something there, Hammer. In this game, there's a lot of capable players out there. You know, all decent ball players. They can all pot the balls, but it does come down to minimising your mistakes. You've got to try to keep improve your game to a place where there's less that can go wrong. You know what I mean? And it all comes down to cue ball position, I think. Selecting the right shots.
Yep, no question. So Jamie will be looking to obviously take this red over the corner, get the white back out, deal with it. Probably look at getting that, removing that yellow next to the black as soon as he can. No, he's going to take that now. Okay, so yeah, that's a good shot. Roll through. Play the
depending
on
whether the yellow is available into the top left.
Yeah,
I
think it does pass.
It might be available into the middle too. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think the way he's played that, it will definitely be going in the corner.
Yeah, just a run through.
Yeah.
Run through about a foot and a half, something like that, about a foot. You're better off coming slightly short on that because you can always sort of run out and still be on the black. Where if you come too far, you're sort of running into the black.
So, so we just had the question on CueballTV to get the details of the who's in the remaining matches. So, obviously Dan is working on that information at the moment.
And
So obviously, bring a list up as soon as he knows. Good shot by Jamie there. So it's just rolling in the black for 2-1.
just curious question, Warrigal. Just wondering who you are on the chat.
Yes, Pikey has a vested interest in that one.
Right.
Yeah, country boy himself.
It's spelled slightly different to the town.
And Patrick Hood, hello to you, mate. Sound like a broken record, but you know, you did awesome on over the big guns, mate. So you should be proud of yourself. Well done.
Benny's out.
Alright, so obviously we'll work on this. Dan's working on the matches, but he's also going to give you a list of
some of the big names.
A few of the big names that are no longer in the main draw. Some of them are out in the first round, so which obviously will be going in the
Kurt was a no-show.
comp. So we'll see if we can get that score updated as well to 2-1 to Jamie there on his break. So
yeah. Also, Steve Gray's out.
Alright, so Scott Peel versus Jake in the last 32, eh? Well, you know, Scott's had a pretty reasonable draw. He had Alec Evernatus in the last 64.
And
now he's got last year's winner.
And Steve Tran's out too. He got beaten by Alec in the first round.
There's another match coming up, Ben Tolnay versus Dave Krasik.
Oh, the Geelong boys need to tune in for that.
The Geelong connection. So maybe we can skip to that match. If some of the other, this one, well, we might actually go back once this frames. Might go back to the Mikey and Sawan match. Might need to get a score update on that one as well. Keep our SA viewers happy.
Yeah. So as you can see, with all those big names out, this tournament is opening right up. You might see, well, I've just been called up, but yeah, you might see a few smokies in the last 8 here, Hammer.
Alright, so they're calling up some Blancs comp matches now. Pikey's just been called up. I myself may be called up as well, so we might have a bit of a bit of a gap here in commentary, but obviously we'll see if we can get someone that is available. But right now, Jamie again looking good close the frame, so he'll be trying to do something that he hasn't been able to do in the previous few games, and that's finish. So obviously get this frame and it'll put you ahead 3-1, one frame away from last 16. One step closer to winning your title, Jamie, as predicted last night. So it's either 2-0 in the Mikey Sawan match. It's either 2-1 to or 2-0 to Mikey. I'm not sure on that one at the moment. And, well, again, Jamie has overhit that, but has been fortunate to land on another ball. He may be up. I don't think he can. I think he's just run past the black there, so I don't think he can see that yellow, but it may be a bit of a safety here for Jamie. He's just put this over the hole, but he's looking at it. He might be able to take it down the corner, but I think this is the right shot. Just a more controlled shot. You get to hit more of the white ball as well. Not Chinese snookered as much. Might need to play this yellow down. Oh, yeah, probably not no advantage in potting it, so you're probably looking at just putting this over the hole. And that's exactly what he's done, so yeah, I think that's really all he could have done there by overhitting that. Alright, so again, another opportunity for Scott, so you know, there is an out there, but he will need to obviously navigate it pretty well. There's a lot of tricky balls, but they are out in the open. Yeah, so he'll obviously play all of these balls in the corner that he just potted it in. But yeah, the out is definitely on, that's for sure. Yeah, that's not a bad hit, that. So obviously natural angle, he's landed below the red there, so natural angle, he doesn't need to come off the back rail now and come up. He can come back down centre table. Try and leave yourself a shot on the bottom red on the right hand over the right hand corner there. The red on the other side of the table next to the black. Oh, that's a great shot. That's a great shot. Yeah. So that's that one shot there, one motion of that red has just opened up the whole table. Could have just landed in the middle of the table and taken that red on the right corner, but doesn't need to now. He probably just stun this in. Now this is a little tricky. As I said, he don't want to be too aggressive with this. Should just be able to roll it in. He still has natural angle to take this other yellow, the one that he could have taken earlier. And just screw back on the right rail. White ball comes through, and yeah, you couldn't have played it any harder than that. Good shot by Scott there. So just a matter of screwing up the rail and coming back out. Other red in the same pocket, black in the centre. Oh, he's gone the other way. Well, I don't know if I would have done that, but he has landed on it. I just think it was an easier shot just to screw up the rail, but as I said, he has to take this off two rails as well. But does have a thinner nick than what he would on the other ball. Yeah, see, that's why you want to go that way, because as I said, you're hitting less of the red, thinner cut, chances of missing it increase. So I still think the right shot there was to hug up the rail, and yeah, it's just a matter of rolling two balls in. So Jamie is another chance given to him. So been a bit fortunate, I think. He should have won this match 4-0 based on the balls. Hasn't taken advantage, and then Scott should be at least 3-1 up. As it turns out, it's going to be the other way. So I believe it's 2-2 now in the Mikey and Sawan match. We might actually cross to that after this frame. Looks like that one could go down to the wire. So sorry, apologies to Jamie and Scott who want to watch this game. I think the close match will be in the other table. so Jamie should be hard to beat from this position at 3-1. Scott has had his chances. He'll be saying that if he does go down. So, yeah, 3-1 up. All right, so here we go. So we got 2-all with Mikey and Sawan. I hope I'm saying his name right. Apologies if I'm not. If someone out there who's watching it that does know how to say his name, I do know how to say that. Yes, yeah. Cacciola, I've got Cacciola. I'm getting the hang of, but so I think it's Sawan. That's how I'm saying it anyway. All right, so we'll be looking at a cover here. Played that nicely. Yeah, so Hoodie, yeah, absolutely. Some big names have gone. I think it's a bit of big guns hangover, I think, mate. So there were some close matches. I mean, some big names paired together, I should say. And he's overhit that. So that will be a foul snooker, and he will now. If he can see that bottom yellow, he may need to maybe swerve around that ball, take ball in hand. Well, not take ball in hand, sorry, just nominate that yellow and swerve around and pot that, because I don't think ball in hand really offers too much benefit. Who said that? Yeah, I think he probably needs to nominate this yellow if he can get to it. That's what he's looking at. He may be able to get straight to it. It's hard to tell. Woody, if you're watching the coverage last night, mate, Jamie did say he will be winning the tournament today. You know, he doesn't mind the odd big call here and there, but, well, he's 3-1 up. He's been a bit rusty in that match, but yeah, he's looking the goods given the fact that how many names have gone out. That's a great shot. That's a great shot. He didn't even need to nominate a ball, but that's a fantastic shot by Sawan there. Obviously couldn't get to that yellow, so yeah, he's obviously seen that. That's a great shot. So one good pot will allow him to go 3-2 up. Not sure who's breaking his next, but so we'll just quickly cross back to the Jamie Stevens match whilst we're waiting for that. Jamie might be on the yellows here. If he is, probably obviously look to again to close the frame out. He hasn't done as yet, but he's been let back in each time by Scott. All right. Okay. Thank you. All right. So Dan's been caught up in the blanc, so I'll navigate the stream from here. Right, so it will be Sawan to break. But we'll just stick with these couple of balls here just to see if Jamie does finish off the match. It should be. That is 3-1, not 2-1 on your screen there. How do I change the scores as well? Yeah. No, I'll just stick with the main with Jamie's match for the moment, because that looks as though it could be a bit of a long frame, that one. Yep. Okay. Thanks. Right, so you just click on the one. Yep. All right. Beautiful. Thank you for that. Yep. Thank you. All right. So we'll just go back. And so. right, so Jamie just to roll this in, and it's pretty much, you can probably just come off the bottom rail or just play a stun shot here. It doesn't matter. So it looks as though he may be a stun shot here, just to play the black in the centre. No, he's gone the same. Yeah, might have had too much angle to just to stun that. So we'll play it, run it through, play the black in the corner there. Yeah. Again, this camera's just playing with my mind a little bit. And finishes off the frame there, win the match 4-1, so well done. Coming in? Coming in? Alright. Alright, so let's cross to the Mikey and Sawan match. Still 3-2. Alright, so joining me is Gus DiGiorgio. Are you still in the main draw?
I just beat Tim Shelton 3-1, so I'm still alive.
So that was your second match?
It was?
It was, so you're in the 32, so well done.
Yeah,
everyone else is getting knocked out, so you'd have to be liking your chances.
Yeah, no, it's good seeing the big names go out, and as long as I keep winning, I can...
That certainly helps, mate, yeah.
Yeah.
Can't get the chocolates if you don't do that, so yeah.
Yeah, I certainly think this Blancs comp is the best I've probably seen.
Yeah, they're never easy at the best of times, but yeah, a few of the players have gone home, I believe, though.
Which standard.
Yeah, and I was almost one of them, that's for sure.
Yes, Sawan's leading 3-2.
Yeah, yep. And let me just look for a little bit of coverage here, which he hasn't got. Still not a bad shot though. A lot of pull left in this frame. You might just look to just bump this out and keep the red where it is. Yeah, and didn't quite get
Jammed.
it.
Yeah, pretty good match at both of them,
Yeah.
especially young Mikey.
Yes, yeah, your history is well known, mate. So yeah.
We do sometimes get too close.
Yeah. Well, this is a PG broadcast, mate. So we're just
Yep, sorry about that, mate.
Yeah. We'll wait for the night session and then we can hear a bit more. Yeah, that's a good shot by Mikey there. Yep. Played that well.
Someone would just double this red back down.
I think so. Yeah. Yep. There's no question there. As I said, that yellow is not really blocking anything other than that red, so just hasn't hit it though. We just got a bit tentative on the hill.
I've noticed they're best of sevens now.
They are best of sevens now, so you'd be liking that.
Yeah, I must have changed it. In previous years, I thought they'd been best of 5 up until at least 16, I thought.
Yeah. Any good player, the longer the race, the more they give, more chance they give themselves to win. And I think that was due to obviously I don't think Mikey wanted to pot that yellow. He just did want to get some coverage there, and it's obviously forced him to play
he has killed pushed one of Sawan's reds up to the top left where the yellow is, but it's still very tricky out with 2 shots.
Yeah, it is. But I'll actually back him in to make it. So yeah, he seems to have been hitting the ball quite well this match.
Yeah, I believe he's made the semis at Berry. Obviously, he's in the South Australian state team as well. So
yeah, very very handy player from what I've seen. That's for sure.
He's playing the Jackie here.
It's not too bad. Like, it's obviously, it probably stops him from going the out. He might still take it on.
Oh, I think he'll take total control here and cover this left.
Well, the out's still on, if you ask me, because I said he can run this down. No, he's just gone the cover, but I still think he could have probably run that down. It's probably no need to, but and you can hear some of the Blancs matches are getting called up. We've got Marty Andrews and Alec Everonardis as a first round match. Yeah.
I thought Marty Andrews won his first match.
And I'm not sure. I thought Alec went out in the second round as well. So I'm really not too sure about how he's got to run in the Blancs comp.
Yeah.
Especially as I was told that it was full. So yeah, I don't really know what's going on there.
Sawan just knocked this. Yeah, it's a great shot.
Yeah.
I think he'll hit this red that's in the pack with the yellows and kill Mikey's yellow.
Yeah, he could do that
and open everything up really.
He could do that, or he could just run this yellow in and bunch into. Oh no, he's going the other way. Okay, he's going into the pack with this red. Okay. Yeah.
Oh well, he's played it well.
Played that well, but still a bit of work. Not sure if he can get.
It does not go. I just
direct contact to that red, but yeah.
Yeah, it will not. The Jackie will not go.
I thought he might have played the other red on the other side and for that same contact. The black doesn't go into the cushion that way.
I think he's going for the breakout here. Yeah, he's played it well. Played it really well.
Yeah, very nice shot there, Sawan there. So obviously you'll try and land as straight as roll this red in, land as straight as possible as you can on the red in the centre, so you can just follow through and play the black in the corner.
Yep. And the black is quite a few inches off the side rail, so that makes life much easier.
Yeah. You don't need to overhit anything or do anything too extravagant. Just get position, which he hasn't done, but doubles is still available as well. You can probably just play the red, the white into the yellow.
Yep.
Hold for the double. Yep. Obviously not what he wanted, but still does have options. Yep.
I've got to play now, Hammer.
All right, so Gus is now up, so another commentator leaving me, and all the best, mate. Well, in saying all of that, I forgot that he had two shots, so you know, he's basically negotiated all those balls in one, which I totally forgot about. So, as it turns out, an excellent out. Well done. Great win. They didn't do a lot wrong in that match, so well played. He's also through to the, well, he's now through to the last 16, so he'd have to be a threat to win this way he's playing. All right, so let's see if we can skip to another match. All right, so now... So the names will say Jamie Stevens and Scott Parker, which I'll obviously try and update, but it is Mick Delahunty and Johl Younger. And so I'll try and get a score to you on that. And Alright, so we've worked that out. Alright, so now we'll just try and get a score on this match. Alright, so for you Geelong boys, I'll try and get an update on the Ben Tolno-Dave Krasick match as well. I'll be back in a second. I'll just do a quick around the grounds. Alright, so the score is right on the match on screen. It's just started. Although it does look as it will be 1-0 to Johl in a second. Now I believe, I haven't had 100% confirmation, but I believe the Ben Tolno is up 2-0 on Dave Krasick. Don't take my word for that just yet though. Alright, so another match has just started on one of the TV tables is Steve McCormick, and it looks as though it's Shawn Budd. Alright, so Johl taking the opening frame there. Okay, so yeah, so Steve McCormick, I think it's Shawn Budd, that just started off from their match, so we'll just stick with this one. Alright, so we're just sorting out some things with the stream here, but I think we're okay now. Alright. Okay, so Mick Delahunty, look, yeah, no need to really say too much about what this bloke's done in the game over the years. What hasn't been said about him, it's probably a shorter answer for that one. So plenty of achievements. Same goes for his opponent Johl. Like obviously won the big guns twice, made another deep run in this tournament this year. Not to be this year, but nevertheless, now Paul Pike's come back. How did you go, mate?
I'm just checking if the mic's on.
Yeah, yep. I think it is.
I had a victory.
It
was a bit different playing in the Blancs comp. It's best of 3.
Yeah.
I've just come off playing race to 11s in the big guns yesterday, the day before.
Yeah.
And
don't really have time to work your way into it.
Yeah, I made one mistake in the second frame and it went 1-1, and I thought, wow, this is the decider.
Yeah.
Pretty quick cutthroat.
Yep.
But I got up 2-1. Anyway, what do we got here?
All
Johl
right,
Younger.
So Johl and Mick Della, and then we got, as I said, Steve McCormick and Shawn Budd on the other table.
Yep.
Yep.
Very good.
Which is opening frame on that one, I believe. Now, I was just saying before that I think that Ben Tolnay is 2-0 up on Dave Krasik.
Okay. It's,
and Mick hasn't got the cover, but he's also just left Johl that red available. So we can either choose to knock this in or just put it over the hole. It's probably a good shot just to leave it over the hole. He's gone the attacking shot, and that's probably worked out all right. Worked out well.
Still mixing it with the best, isn't he, Mick Della?
Yep.
I'm not sure how old he is now, but been around for a long time.
Well, SA is one of the toughest states to make a side in, and make a state side, and he's still doing it. So it's just a testament to his ability and his mental strength as well. So it's
he was captain of Australia previously for many years, the world titles.
Yeah, as I said earlier, I said probably the shorter answer is what hasn't he done?
Yeah.
If you answered anything on what he has done, I'd say I think we'd be here another week. So
if you
good shot by Mick there, but just didn't get into that pack as well as what he would have liked there. Probably made Reds a favourite now by playing that. What's he looking at here? Is he can he you don't think he can cut this?
No, he's
you might be looking at maybe chipping off it and putting the white back down below to that red on the bottom corner.
Not quite sure what he's looking at here, unless it's a long double, but I don't think so.
Yep. All right, so this will obviously be a safety, or just a containing shot.
Looking at where he was leaving the white.
But I'm not sure he'd be too thrilled with that result.
He's left him the one ball near the black. Not right next to the black, the other one.
So he's obviously going to play the bottom red here and just get some coverage.
Yeah. Johl, Johl not shy of a bit of tactics too. He comes from Geelong, where they know that side of the game pretty well.
They do. And I said Johl doesn't generally play a lot of safeties and so forth, but he does that. He does have that in his game, but generally doesn't really need to do it.
When you've got that technique and cue power.
Yeah.
So Mick looking for the one cushion escape here.
And just a little too much side off the rail there, and runs straight into the red. Yeah.
Possibly another victim of the Riley cushions.
Yeah, wouldn't be the first person. All right, so Johl will obviously be backing himself to clear these up and go 2-0 ahead, looking to extract, get a reaction on the pack. Not much there, but again, he's a massive favourite in this frame, so
two visits
still use a shot if he needs it.
What's happening with Bubbler and
Bubbler looking the goods to go up. Well, if that score I got was correct, 3-0.
This will be for 3-0.
It well, as again, I got told that someone thought that it was 2-0. Whether it's true or not, I don't think I'll be asking Dave if it is 3-0. So I think I might go to Ben at the end of this frame and get an update. It might be safer.
Does wear his emotions on his hat.
Yeah, he certainly does. Great shot by Johl there. Still has his 2 shots and he's back in a good spot. And I might hand you over to Solid. Said he's just put himself into the last 16.
Last 16.
But should not be a surprise to anyone, as he declared last night he would be winning this tournament. All right, here he is. So talk to you later.
Who was your victim there, Solid?
Actually, I think it was on the TV table, that match. Just played Scotty. I thought you guys were actually commentating it.
Oh, that's right. I was doing the start of it and I had to go off for my Blancs comp match, so I missed the end.
Yeah, I missed a couple of outs, but sort of held it together there towards the end.
Yeah, I did see the start of that match. So
Johl looks like he's back in prime form again.
Yeah, he looks fresh, doesn't he?
He does indeed. Mick Johl looks like he's going to grow a coffin around him over there. But, actually, I relaxed a bit more too once I found out the last 32 was best of 7.
Yeah.
I've been playing these race to 11s for 3 days, and then suddenly you've got to play a race to 3, and you kind of get a bit twitchy. So.
Yeah, I just played in the Blancs comp and it was best of 3.
Yeah, and that's even worse.
Yeah.
So Johl's overrun position there, or underrun, depending on which pocket he's played for. But either way, he's got a chop to the middle.
And he has chopped it
and
straight in.
The way he's playing right now, I feel like when I watch him right now, he doesn't look like he's going to miss. That's how I feel when I'm looking at him right now.
That's how I feel most times I'm watching Johl play.
Last night I thought he didn't look himself. He was probably a bit fatigued, but we know he's a master at the long hauls because he's won the comp twice. Did know he had 2. That obviously made this much easier. And plays the smart shot and just lays up and gives himself an easier pot with less white ball movement.
Possibly consistency factor of Johl there. Like, he doesn't take any risks. He calculates everything and very solid.
Yeah. And that red that he pot up the top, I sort of saw it and then I was walking over this way after he played the shot. He played a red just to the left-hand side, past the left-hand middle, and just dragged it up to the corner. I thought that was a very nice shot.
There's another frame to Johl just there.
So he will go 2-0. And he absolutely annihilates that break and doesn't get a ball in. I actually cannot believe how much I've been watching that happen.
Yeah, these Rileys are tough to pot a ball. I'm not sure whether it's the cushions or the pockets being that touch tight in the middles. But you don't often see balls going in off the break. Yeah,
they are a touch tight, these tubs. I think down the rail I still think they're really tough.
I think on the break quite often the balls tend to go in the middle pockets, so maybe they're just that bit tighter on that angle from the pack in towards the middle.
I've adjusted these a little bit. I'm still a bigger fan of the other tables, but I don't mind these now. I've made the adjustment. And
they're nice to play on. Once you get used to them, very nice.
And Mick tops right through that, gets up the other end of the table. Wanted to actually be down further. But he does have the yellow on yellow and an extraction of the yellow on the left cushion. So, good shot.
Oh, have a look at that.
And it drops in. So, I favour Mick here.
That was a great shot.
But as I said, they're really tough to play along the rail. So, I'd almost be tempted if this is me playing this shot. With the ball over the middle, over the corner, I'd almost screw into the yellow on the rail here. There is a risk involved in it.
I think it is slightly off the cushion.
Actually, you might be right, Pike. It might not be as bad as I think. But that doesn't look fantastic.
That looks pretty straight, unfortunately.
And this is why I might have screwed into it, because you always risk sort of leaving yourself not the right angle. But if he wants to, he can stun it in, and obviously it'll be a very tough yellow, but he can play the yellow to the top right-hand corner and stun the white on the rail and play the long ball and let the white ball travel through for a black.
Sorry, Nadia, no, the draw is not available online, unfortunately.
Well, looks like he's played that for the middle, so he may have deceived us all. I thought he was going for face cut, but if this goes in the middle, and we've obviously just completely misread the frame. And indeed, it does go to the middle, and well, didn't have to do anything special at all in the end. But the problem with playing it for the middle, obviously, he's going to have a long distance black.
Yeah,
and he's going to want to stun off this.
This will test the old eyes.
Certainly will. It'll also test the queuing arm. Let's see how still he stays when he plays his shot. In my opinion, this is one of the hardest shots when you're screwing off the black, off the white, trying to pot the black at angle to keep still. Oh, yeah.
He's down on the cue.
Well, he stayed pretty still, but you saw the cue sort of fly out there. He didn't cue through the line properly.
Yeah, the elbow came out.
And that's why he's missed that by a fair margin.
So, what do you reckon, Jamie? You see a little drop down snooker?
Well, I don't know. I think Johl might have a dip here. I mean, all the balls are on. And the ball on the cushion, he actually can just drop it in as a shot to nothing, because he'll have a snooker if he happens to miss. And he's got a linking ball over the right middle, so I think he'll have a dip here.
He could even just roll it up now if he wanted. If it drops in, he goes.
He'll want to be closer to it though, Pikey, and that's why he's going to drop this ball in the middle. It's the top of the two. He'll just drop it in, and then he'll play the shot afterwards, I reckon. Also has the option of playing the ball on the right-hand side, just on the balk line, and just coming off back cushion and landing behind the red as well. It's kind of a shot to nothing as well.
Yep.
But this, to me, is the more clinical way to go. This is backing yourself. Well, he's gone against what I've said, but I mean,
clearing up these two balls first.
Yeah, there's a lot of different ways to go here, and none of them are really incorrect. It's just obviously a preference thing. The only reason I would have actually left those balls there, or at least one, is just so I've got a little bit of safety, you know, in the back of my mind, and it makes the pot a little bit easier because you're not sort of worrying about anything except potting the ball.
Looks like he might be going full on, not worrying about safety at all. He's just got to get neatly on that one on the rail. Probably off this shot, I would say, Jamie.
Yeah. Well, he's okay, but I mean, I would like to have played this shot a bit closer.
Yeah, and he could have played it with protection earlier, like you said.
Exactly right, yeah. But he will just drag this in, I'm pretty sure.
And that could be a sign that he's actually feeling pretty good in himself.
It was, because he did cue that down pretty well, and as I said, he doesn't look like he's going to miss. Yeah. And when you're 2-0 up, why wouldn't you feel that way?
About to go 3-0 by the looks of this.
I've also found these tables to be tough in the middles, but I've worked them out in the middles as well.
Yeah.
You basically have to, we're so used to, with our tables, we're so used to aiming for the centre of the middle pocket a lot, or just to the far jaw.
Yeah.
If you aim for the far jaw every time, you basically can't miss. They really are far jaw dependent. If you catch any lip at all on the front draw, you will not pot the ball.
Yeah, it's slightly more square than what we're used to, but you sort of, and on the tight angles, you've sort of got to float the ball out in front.
Yeah, and it's not just that, the lip. You can actually see the pocket right now, the middle pocket, the right-hand middle. You can just see the lip hanging out. They're so narrow, the lips, and now our tables have got lips that come out a bit further, so obviously the ball drops in easier.
Yeah.
And I've seen a lot of players try and just flick balls into the middle, and it just slides across the lip and hits the far jaw, and that's because the lips cut so short. That is actually the reason it makes them so tough.
So you're saying the narrow lips make them tighter?
That's right, mate.
Okay.
And this man right here is queuing very well as well, and is dangerous.
Shawn Budd, he is lethal, I tell you. Brett Rogers said to me the other day, he used, not the old Shawn Budd who used to play snooker, but he said he could just walk up one tournament and win the thing. He's that kind of player.
Well, he actually did that in the Australian title one year, and there was a huge comp years ago at Q Sports for a 20,000, and he beat Steve Mistad in the final of that, and he doesn't even really play two-shot 8-ball, and as I said that, I think he's okay.
Yeah, a bit dodgy.
If he can pot this, he may just use just a very small trace of left-hand side to straighten up the wide off the back cushion. Is he swerving this pike? It sort of seems like he's hitting low. No, he was dead straight. I actually thought he had angle. And the great Jake McCartney just walked into the arena and, well, he's off his face, but he still can't lose a tournament apparently.
Yeah, he's a bit of a freak, isn't he?
He doesn't mind having a social. And Shawn has run through these balls very nicely to put himself on the hill.
Yes, 3-0 Shawn Budd. So we flick back to Michael Delahunty. Got that one yellow near the middle pocket that needs some work.
Certainly does, and it's actually a horrible ball. When I look at the table right now, obviously you've got an option to get on the ball that's in the baulk line with an angle to screw up onto the yellow, but I think I'm doubling it, to be honest.
You might try and run into it now off this ball. I don't know. You need a bit of luck to be on the yellow though.
You do indeed. That. If you do catch it 3/4 or half ball on the left-hand side though, the white will probably flick past the red and you'll be on the other one as well, so this might be okay. Well, he's just missed it. Actually, I wouldn't be that unhappy with that.
He's got a shot. He's got a shot.
Has he got angle just to screw onto it? I'm going to have a quick look at this. Oh, his angle's perfect, Pikey. Absolutely perfect.
He can screw back into the half ball, into the yellow?
Yep, if he can do it. This is all... It's not all just about hitting the red with this shot. You've actually got to get the pace right, because if you overhit this, you may not actually have a shot on it. So not only does this have to be cued well, the correct angle on the yellow needs to be taken and at the right pace. So big shot coming up, and he's missed it, but he still has a shot. Problem with this shot is, unless he can get through the gap, if he rolls this yellow down, he's going to have no shot on the black. So he's walking around right now to check exactly that.
Be interesting to see whether he attacks this shot or just plays the cover on the pocket.
I promise you now, Pikey, if he actually takes this ball on, he's like 1 in 50 to pot this. These are very tough down the rail when they're almost touching. And he just rolls it down. And that tells me that he was on the black. And he just had a quick look to say, was I on that? At the end of the day, you miss the pot, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, Joel's having a little chuckle too.
Yeah, either way, Joel's got a bit of work to do, stay in the frame.
Steve Jamison's come back grinning. What happened? Who did he beat? Steve Jamison's just beat James O'Reilly.
And confirmation, he wasn't on the black, had he pot the yellow. So Joel's probably wishing he pot it now.
I tell you what, they are tearing through this comp, aren't they, Jamie?
Absolutely. I mean, there'll be a lot of informed players from the weekend, a lot of tired eyes and a lot of blown up minds. I'm probably one of those guys, but there's obviously when you've been playing so much pool all weekend, you can't not be queuing well by the stage if you've gone decent.
They want some new material. These two blokes are fucking old and raw. Seriously, can we get Robbie Taylor and me in here or not? Me and Robbie Taylor want to be Taylor younger than Mick Delahunty.
All right.
We reckon we have no idea about this.
You better hurry.
Kev Harvey's piped up and decides he wants to do some commentary with Robbie Taylor. By the time he gets over here, the match is probably going to be over.
You got to excuse Kev Harvey. He's a bit excited. He's about to head off for his holiday trip to Thailand after this.
Has he had a few sherbets, Pikey?
I'm not sure, but he's in a very jovial mood.
Well, they're straight over here, Pikey.
They're tearing the headsets off us. This is the last shot.
We'll come back later, guys. These guys are seriously, I'm going to get KO'd if I don't hand this over, so we'll talk to you later.
Good afternoon, viewers. Welcome down to the Bundoora Bar 8 here at Kev Harvey and special guest commentator Robbie Taylor, sitting in for Jamie Stevens. Robbie's got a little bit of a different outtake on Jamie's discoveries and conversations, but don't worry, we'll get through this. And who do we have on the table? Two blokes here, two blokes playing. And, oh, that looks like a bloke from Geelong. I've seen him before. That's not that bloke. what's his name, Rob? What's his name? You know, the bloke who doesn't like the British people. Marcus Harrison. That's not Marcus Harrison, is it? No. Someone told me it was Johl Younger, the great Johl Younger from down south. Just for anybody who's not sure, Robbie Taylor actually is here, but he's using Braille to commentate. And Johl has gone off 2 cushions in off. Can't believe how he didn't see that. But gives Mick a chance on the yellow here. And Mick's pretty much, I need Paul to stand next to me to give me the idea of what exactly the shot is. And he's just come off 1 cushion, landed fat. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mick Delahunty, the father of James Delahunty. And there we go. Mick's back on the board, 1-0. 3-1 down to Johl, and having a ball here. By the way, Robbie, it's a great conversation, mate, I've had so far, and you just keep up.
You never stop, do you, Kev? Really? Most people have a bit of breath, but you don't go for breath, you just go for talking.
Rob, I'll give you a clue, mate. If ever you get caught in the deep water, right, with big waves, don't try and swim, just float.
No, this is Shawn Budd playing Steve McCormick.
Shawn Budd.
Can go deep in this tournament.
Great snooker cueist. I'm not sure of his level of 8-ball, the knowledge and stuff, but we'll have to keep an eye on it.
Well, he's off to a good start here, Kev. How'd that go? You happy with that?
Well, I probably would have tried taking it to the centre.
That's why you're commentating, and he's out there playing.
I brought him in the Calcutta, Rob. Don't be so silly.
Once again, it's all about you,
Actually,
Kev.
no, I didn't.
That'd be the shot you'd play, isn't it?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, no.
I've sold for half of him already now. And I'm getting rid of the next half. So, viewers, just a great Sunday here down at Bundoora. As usual, thank you very much, Dan and CueballTV, for letting us have this fun. If anybody thinks that you'd like to run a competition for commentators, most welcome to write in on the live chat, because I know, these last 3.5 days I've been listening, it's been pretty boring. Although we did have Brett Rogers for 7 hours, which then in turn cost him a qualifying on Saturday because he was too tired.
Anyway, Kev, what do you think about the game here?
No idea, Rob.
Michael's a chance here?
No idea, Rob.
No idea about the game. That's good.
I normally work with a bloke who knows anything technical, but there's just 2 of us, Rob.
What about in the reality of the frame scores and everything? Do you think that this is a big frame for Mick? Get back into this match?
Being in the last 32, 3-1 down, race to 4, I think he's definitely going to have to get another frame now, Rob.
I think he's going a very interesting ball here. A lot of blokes wouldn't go this ball.
What's he on, Rob?
He's on the yellows, Kev.
On the yellows.
Well done.
Oh, Mick's just jawed that out and let Johl back to the table. 3-1 up. Johl with a chance to make an out here. A couple of tricky balls, but so far he hasn't made a mistake this shot.
He will probably get his 2 tricky balls out with his first shot.
I think we just lost 5 viewers.
Oh, we've got viewers coming in from everywhere, letting us know they are having a fantastic time now. And Sunday Arvo sessions are just about to start, folks, at the bar.
What about, Kev, what do you think the chances are of Pikey loving the headphones? He doesn't have to put the microphone in his hand and he can leave his hand free for the can of Coke.
Well, when you're sponsored by Coca-Cola, mate, probably the biggest company in the world, you shouldn't be complaining about 1 hand or 2 hands.
Yep, so Mick looks like he's in a bit of trouble here. It's hard to see him finishing this off.
Well, yes, mate, like I said, there's much experience there, an amazing knowledge of experience, so he's just trying to plan it out here. Good to see Marty Andrews here this weekend. Haven't seen the boy for about 4 years on the tables, but pleasure to watch him again. And hopefully his kids will be happy dad's back home this Arvo. Yeah, for those who don't know Marty Andrews, it's actually Marty Sandshoes.
Smarty Sandshoes is the call.
Sorry, Rob, I'm not up with all that. Yeah. Is that man? Just to Patrick Hood out there, who just sent us a quick message update on the Classic Toll My match. It's over. Pretty much over, and we got no idea what the scores were.
Don't know the scores, but we know Dave won.
We do know Dave won.
Dave won.
Dave won there, Paddy. So he's just backing up your great efforts for the weekend, mate. Yeah, Geelong Syndicate is alive, still in Tattslotto. Got to say, from what I've heard this weekend here on the Sunday, that everybody truly impressed with the efforts of Patrick Hood out there. Real giant slayer he was. It's a shame he couldn't go on a bit more. Mick's in a little bit of bother here, Rob, as I think he's on the yellows.
Bit hard to see if he's snookered on these balls. Might be able to get a thin edge, I'm not too sure.
If you stood up, you could have a look, Rob.
I clearly could see it. What would I know?
Well, folks, coming on, we've just heard over the commentary, there's a couple of big games coming on. We've got Jamie Stevens versus Steve Jamieson coming up on the next table. And the table after that, a couple of average players, which I don't know if we can get a game on, because Shawn Budd and Mick Hill, I'm not sure who this Mick Hill is, but I've heard he can play. So let's have a look. There's another Mick on the table right now. Mick Delahunty playing a great shot. I was wondering how he's going to even try and get position on that, and he's
this has been fantastic.
Pulled it beautifully.
Absolutely fantastic. Still some life left in the old dog. Commentator's curse there, Kev.
Commentator's curse, Robbie. I know. I've always worried about the commentator's curse because I've always wondered how the player can hear the commentator from so far away. Especially in football and stuff, when they say that, they act like they make the difference to the player missing. Oh yeah, I think these commentators overrate themselves a bit when their knowledge.
And do I hear right that the great man Jamie Stevens, the best commentator in the business, is playing?
He's about to play, and we're about to go wild on his little ass, mate.
People are probably upset that he keeps winning.
I apologise for that word. I meant his rear end. Oh, you are allowed to say ass, but not butt.
He should stop winning so much. People probably really want him to commentate, not win.
I've tried to tell Jamie he should give up playing because he's no good at it and keep to what he knows. Although, Rob, I have heard that he is letting it a little bit boring these days with all the technical stuff. Colby reckons he was a lot more better as a essay writer than he was a mathematician.
Anyway, Kev, that's why this bloke's one of the best in the business. He's probably spent a minute just mapping out his out here and making sure of what he wants to do, instead of just jumping in and just hitting the balls wherever he wants. Look at that.
Just on about his abilities.
One of the best cueists in the country, and he's just laying in the little snooker, making sure.
From what I know in stats, Rob, I think he is a two-time Big Guns champion, which probably on a resume holds quite well.
And it's shots like that make him that way.
I heard there is a rumour that the famous Hawkers from Wonthaggi are trying to put Johl in their side for next year because they feel that they're a little bit shallow on the seventh player these days. Mikey just mentioned he won't be coming straight into the side. He will have to be into a playoff to try and get his spot.
All right, so Shawn Budd and Mick Hill. This will be quite interesting. Mick is just ran the last 4 racks in the previous match, so feeling very good. Didn't miss a ball in 4 racks, so that's quite a handy way to be coming into these tournaments at this later stages.
Well, Rob, I've got to say that Mick actually didn't get the opportunity to play in the big guns. I'm not sure of the reasons, and there are probably many debates about it. But what I do know is that he's been standing here by the bar for the last 3 days, just waiting to go. And yesterday he got an opportunity to qualify, which he did, and today he has an opportunity to win a tournament he's won before.
So why do they call it the big guns? Is he too much of a big gun? I don't understand personally.
Mick's more of a combat fighter. He likes to use knives.
Okay,
and,
no guns allowed.
He's into more close combat, and this is a gunfight. So bringing a knife to a gunfight, just got to be able to throw a lot straighter.
So
I just heard Dan's moving up. He's going to have a rendezvous with Carol Wakefield, from what I hear. Oh, sorry, he's on Tony Wakefield. Sorry, okay, there we go. He played Carol in the first round. Now he's going to take care of the other half, chop him up as well. Just so you know, Dan, Tony back in the day used to have an afro like Michael Jackson, but that's all changed now. And Carol was a hairdresser.
So Shawn's just finishing off a lovely out. And that's what you want to do.
And for those of you that were actually watching the frame while I was waffling off, that is how to play, folks, right then and there. No, I don't think he is daunted, mate. I think anybody who wears a shirt like Shawn and gets away with it, there's no fear of anybody.
No, and
Shawn, a gentleman actually, and so's Michael, and I just think what we're getting to see here, folks, most people would actually maybe pay for. So,
back to Johl as he just finishes off this frame here, Kev. This will be the end of this match.
Red to black, is it, Rob?
I'd like to hope so. There's only one other colour out there. We don't want to be seeing that one. Mikey's trying to chuck in the side comments on the side.
Mikey,
which is where you do the side comments, Rob.
There it is, Johl, 4-1 against the great Mick Delahunty. Not an easy win, but on the scoreboard it looks like it was a decent win.
And Mick had a couple of chances there, and he'll probably be a bit upset that he didn't do a little bit better.
As we've watched over the last 3 days, Rob, and actually we're going to watch later and more this afternoon, it's about your opportunity in taking it. And you've got no one else to blame if you let someone else to the table and leave them open.
So Shawn's obviously broken in the second rack on the Reds. Okay, here comes Mick Hill. Let's see what Shawn's got to feel about after this shot.
Shawn had quite a fair go at having maybe a good chance and out with no ball on the cushion, Rob. He made the mistake. And we are going to have to see now whether Mick can make him pay for it. There's a little bit of work to do there. I can't see a first starting ball quite easy.
Maybe, Pike, instead of the side comments, you could put the score up for the viewers. Well done.
There it is, folks. Technical brilliance by Paul Pike out here on the sidelines. The man does all the hard work while we're just having the fun.
Mick's got a bit of a tough opening shot. Probably the key shot to the frame.
Quick hello between shots to Tim Shelton. Tim's heading out on an overseas jaunt to Thailand for some helping people build houses and do a bit of community work. So hopefully Tim will enjoy himself and not work too hard.
He's going with you too, isn't he, Kev?
There is rumour that I'm tagging along just to make sure as a chaperone.
How about that shot?
Okay, mate.
How about that shot? Was that a cracker opening shot?
Well, he didn't have anything to start.
They are all on.
He actually had nothing to start on, Rob. And he manufactured something.
He clearly had something to start on.
Sorry, that was me who wouldn't have had anything to start on, Rob. But Mick Hill has played a couple more games more than me.
I do believe 95% of the people in the room would have started with that. But Kev, if you want to get back to Thailand instead of making it all about the pool, that's fine. You can do that. We'll make it all about you.
I don't want it to be like that, Rob, because we're talking about the world champion right here.
Oh, that's right. That's all we should be talking about.
In theory, on paper, this is, folks, the best player in the room. On paper, this is the best player in the room.
Last time he played, he won this tournament, so...
I'm sorry to let you know, Rob, but every time he's turned up in Australia and been allowed to play in a tournament, he has taken all the chocolates.
Kev's obviously a fan. Knows his stats.
Definitely a fan, Rob, of chocolate. So most of the...
Why does he make it look so simple, Kev? Can you tell us that?
Because from what I read in the book of pool, that's what you're supposed to do to be best at the game, Rob. Make it look simple.
So he's what, technically correct? Is that what you're trying to tell us?
Well, what I can say is I've seen many a champion player play many a champion shot, whereas he just makes it look like Jack and Jill went up the hill and had a baby.
So those of you that watch the CueballTV, maybe if you just type in Mick Hill all the time and watch him, he's just going to show you how to map him out every single time.
In theory, mate, he's got a GPS in his brain and on his hands, and they all work in unison. Oh, Paul Pike will be leaving us, folks.
We're going to be struggling now for the scores because our backup commentator has gone.
Or anything technical, Rob.
Correct.
We're only, we're like novices and amateurs in this professional game.
And what a pleasure it is to watch this guy. Always on the right side of the ball, always thick, never having to run the white too far, knows where it's going every time. An absolute pleasure.
Now, folks, there's many of us who take on that shot and snook ourselves behind the black or leave it short on the cushion, but Mick happened to hit it 98% this time.
And once again, as I explained, is thick on the ball, Can't help but get position. And just fancying it up a little bit, probably no need.
And again, let's not try to find too much position, but that was okay to get home. And 1-all, Mick Hill, Shawn Budd.
1-all. And somehow Kevin's not going to be able to put the score up for us.
No, but I know it in my head, Rob, and I'll let all the viewers know that it is 1-all. And then after the next frame, I'll let them know it's 2-1 to someone else.
This does not happen on the Wild Water Sports. They do put the score up straight away.
Oh, the good old Wild Water Sports, Rob. I'll tell you, if they were around still, we'd be on Sunday over getting the Bataki ham, or the floor shine shoes.
Clearly, this is not wrestling.
Well, it could be a wrestle if it gets tight, but these two players,
here we go.
Two of the best exponents about white ball control
look
in
at
the
this
country.
Guy, where he breaks from, what he does with the break. Have a look at his white ball. Got it worked out. Ball spread everywhere. I feel that he had control of the white. Got something off the break. What do you think he's going to go for here, Kev? Reds or yellows? You've got a choice. Have a 50-50 guess.
Whichever one he goes for, Rob, I think he'll get them.
So you're not going to give an opinion, or?
I couldn't give an opinion against Mick Hill, mate, choosing.
Right.
That would be.
What would you go for, Kevin? How about would you get an insight into your brain? What would you be going for here?
Geez, Rob, it's a hard one. I'd be looking at what he's looking at, the yellows. And if they weren't on, I'd probably go the reds.
No, that's good. So when you play on a Tuesday night, Kev, is that what you say? What's Mick Hill looking at? But that's what I'd go for.
Well, I'll tell you what, folks, if you did a bit of work and actually watch this bloke, you might learn a few things about which ball to go for, because most of us don't always select the right way and end up in a very, very untidy position. And there it is.
There
he
you
cancelled the yellows away, took on the reds.
Got onto his hardest ball straight away.
To us, it might have been the hardest ball, Rob. This might be his favourite shot.
Any ball that's up close on a rail is hard to get position off, so it's always a difficult ball. And now he's looking at that other little tough ball that's just amongst those two yellows. You've got to get on that right. And not only get on it, you've got to get on it to pot it and be able to get onto another red.
But if there is any lower division players watching us or people who have just started in the game, please keep an eye on what Mick does, not about actually his cueing, but how he takes the time to go and look around and make sure he knows his angles. And, you know, Jamie Stevens, the greatest commentator we have on CueballTV, said to me once many years ago, it's not about looking good, Kev. If you have to go look at the sight the ball properly and walk around the table and check it, do that. It's never about looking pretty, because winners don't always look pretty.
And a lot of that's got to do with just calming yourself down. It could be the easiest thing in the world.
Absolutely.
You
now,
just
Mick
need to just
probably knew when he hit
a bit of
that.
oxygen.
Mick probably knew when he hit that, then he probably hit it a bit soft, Rob, because he knows that the cushions have been a little bit slow.
And ideally he would have liked to have got on that one between the two yellows. But he's still got an option here. He can still get on this and still get on his last red down the bottom near the black.
Or Nathan Harris, one of the most famous bears in the history of the game, has turned second famous. Sorry, he still rates the Dancing Bear as the number one.
The Dancing Bear has won the Dale Webb Memorial, but anyway, that only matters to people that know.
To do the technical work here, Nathan will hopefully be changing the scores for us to 1-all on the Mick Hill Shawn Budd scoreline. Here we go. Left himself off the red there with the two yellows at the top right hand side.
He's tried to pick that gap, and it's a bit tough coming off two cushions with a bit of side to get that gap. He's tried to hold for it, so now things are a little bit difficult. He's not happy, clearly. He's sort of, dropping his head.
Just for all your viewers that are actually watching this at the moment, try to guess now what Mick would do. Is he going to lay up and cover this ball down the pocket? Is he going to try and get position back for the other red between the yellows? What do you think he's going to do, and how do you think he's going to play it? Because that's part of learning, folks, is to visualise what you do and then see what the great man himself will do. And maybe
personally, Kevin, I think he's got enough of an angle to get up past the balk line and get on that. He's looking in between the two balls. Obviously, it's a bit bigger gap than what it looks from the TV, and he's probably got the skills to get it in between that spot. I would be going above the balk line and leave myself high on this red.
And there it is, folks. Just so you'll understand, Mick was taking it on. He was looking to pot the other red as well and make the out at this shot chance at the table. But even for a person of his level, the game of 8 ball is still.
There's another great shot.
a danger to everybody when you walk to the table.
Total snooker. He's come off 2 cushions. This makes it a little bit easier. The angle is very easy to come into your ball off 2 cushions.
What I will say, Robbie, Shawn probably hasn't got a good starting ball, but I do think that if anybody can make it out from here, Shawn has a very good opportunity with the ability of his cue.
And there we go.
Starting ball,
there we go. Exactly what Kevin was talking about. Was a little bit tough. Probably looked a bit tough on the TV.
I actually think that Mick Hill has drawn a short straw with picking up Shawn so early, because I think watching Mick Hill, the fluency in his abilities and knowledge is just remarkable. But I think Shawn Budd, from what I know, and I don't know Shawn myself very well,
very nice shot, that one.
And I do know that from what people rate him, he's a great cueist, and that's...
Yeah, but he's just played a very nice shot there, Kevin. He hasn't tried to stay near the middle of the table. He's tried to get on those 2. There could have been problems later on near the black. And he'll go back into the middle of the table, and it just makes it a lot easier.
That's the part of the whole game, Rob. The easier it is, the less you put on yourself.
Mick's trying the old Division 4 standards there by dropping the cue when he's having his shot. Very good.
Oh, these world champions will do anything, Rob. They haven't always got through on talent.
Have a look at that. Just use the natural angles, a little bit of side. Just came out nicely for that second last ball. And he's got a couple of choices here. Probably just stun down a little bit. For a very easy. Two options on the black, but very easy. And he's saying to Mick, I'm here, mate. I'm not one of these blokes that are just going to chuck it up. I am here to give it to you.
He's a little bit straight of the ball, I thought, Rob.
He's more than happy. He's a snooker player. He's got a half ball cut here. He gets these with his eyes closed.
And there it is, just on that, folks. Just so you do understand, like I said, we all rate Mick Hill as the best player in the room. But I must say, Shawn Budd makes things look very simple and easy himself. And it doesn't come that he was born with this, folks. It talks about all the work he's done over the years.
Here's a big opportunity. This is a bit of psychology here. You're 2-1 up and you got the break. You just really got to get something off the break here and run a rack. And all of a sudden, Mick Hill is as human as everyone else out there. A little bit of pressure comes into it and makes it tough.
What's right? Yep. And just for anybody interested, I think there was a football game on today at 3 o'clock. The reigning premiers Hawthorn taking on the lowly Richmond. And it'll be an interesting game, folks, if you go on the last 2 stats. But let's get back to the big game here. Shawn Budd.
He's got a ball off the break.
One of the last 2 balls fall in. Give him the opportunity to stay at the table.
Very lucky not to have scratched off the break there. But he's at the table, and that's what you need in this game. A little bit of luck every once in a while at the right times can help.
Yeah, I bought a scratchy at the Tassilotto last Tuesday, Rob, and I won $2. That was really great too.
Yeah, unfortunately this tournament's about $50 to enter, so you're probably backing yourself a bit more for $50 than $2. Ken.
I've got an envelope in my pocket with $50 in it, Rob. I think it was a free day for me today, and that's a good start, I think, for anybody. But to get to watch Shawn Budd and Mick Hill play.
How far would that get you in Thailand, Kev, the $50?
$50 is about 1,500 baht, Rob. That would probably get me a yacht with a couple of assistants.
Shawn's nominated Reds. Just have a look at these if you're at home, and just map them out if you're a beginning player, and just see how you think you'd go about it, and then watch these guys. And after a while of watching them, how they map balls out, it starts to come into your psyche and you start doing exactly what they do.
And to those 39 viewers watching this match, I hope the interference of me and Robbie just waffling on isn't affecting you too much. You've hung in there very well, I've got to say. And if any of you can hear us without the mute button, we hope you're having a lovely Sunday.
Great. It's a nice little recovery shot there, Kev.
You keep doing the technical stuff, Rob.
Very, very nice recovery shot.
Have to.
Well, someone needs to know what's going on.
You're doing a magnificent job, mate. You've watched most of the videos, I haven't. And last video I watched was the 1980 Grand Final, Richmond.
Right. It was a long time ago, wasn't it?
Oh, last century, mate. Last century. Luckily, no dementia set in for me yet.
Probably looks a little bit tough on the TV, but I think he's got plenty of room to work here. Looks like he's going to run into the yellow when you look here, but when you actually look at the table, he's got plenty of room to move around. I'm not too sure if that top red goes underneath that yellow. So obviously it doesn't the way he's looking. He's got to get on the left-hand side of the table as we're looking at it to be able to get that red in the middle pocket. So this is becoming very tough. How about that for a shake? How about that? How about that for a shot?
Shawn, bud.
Hey?
Now, there was a little bit of luck because he didn't exactly know where it was going to go up that yellow, but
that's right. But admittedly, he did go for that side of the table.
The theory is that if you believe enough, shit will happen for you. So,
but he played the right option. He might not have. It might have got a bit lucky, but he played the option to get lucky.
I agree with you.
A lot of people don't do that. A lot of people don't play those options.
I just hope people understand that it's not just all about
anyway, now we get back to options. There with that one.
It's got to hurt Shawn a little bit. He's done so well to get on the previous ball, and Potter left himself snookered on the last red there. So a bit of work here because I'd have to say...
It's a damn shame. We would have loved to have seen him go 3-1 up. We would like to see this bloke under the crack.
Absolutely, but I think right now Shawn has to hit his red, because if you leave Mick Teal 2 shots with no ball and a cushion, even Scotty Peel or someone like that could make an out of you.
I would like to think.
What do you think, young Scotty? You're sitting here on the sideline listening, hey?
I would believe he needs to pot this red, otherwise he's not going to get back to the table.
There you go. At least he's hit it. Give Mick one shot. I think Mick Hill will make the out here, but we'll have to wait and see. By the way, a quick little bit of advertising. Scotty Peel runs a business doing some sort of trade. I forget what it is the young fella does. Floor and wall tiling. So if anybody needs a tent, floor and wall tiled, please get on to Scotty Peel and he'll get it done for you, including the flap.
A tent?
Tent, flap. It's all extra.
What's that got to do with wall and floor tiling?
That's how good he is.
He tiles tents.
He can floor and wall tile a tent with the flap.
Well, there you go, folks. Fantastic. And as you can see, Shawn is a lot of bother here, but funny things happen in this game.
And while we are on a break, folks, there's the great John Russell.
Why wouldn't you just get in front of the TV? It's all about John Russell, isn't it?
But back just after World War II, John Russell was one of the best players Australia has seen. Fair enough, he was the NZ in Anzac.
Is there any truth? No, is there any truth to the rumour that he's dyed his hair white so he stands out a little bit on the TV?
I do agree with you, and the only other thing I've found about John Russell is that he is devastated that you cannot wear galoshes when you play in a pool final. Because that was the favourite thing he's doing at the end of a hill, Rob.
Yes.
With his sheep's back feet caught in him.
Yes.
But other than that, let's move on.
Other than that, probably one of the greatest players in the country.
In the 1900s, definitely I agree with you,
Definitely in the 1900s, yeah.
And here we go. As we're talking about it, John Russell about to go play young James
very well.
James Meckiff must be able to play, and he's getting on the TV table.
Well, young James Meckiff just put out Rusty.
Oh, no.
Just put out Rusty.
Apparently, John Russell is going to be on the TV table. I hope they don't switch it over there.
Well, John,
because then it will be funny.
Rob, just so you know, mate, we have the button. We have the button,
excellent,
mate.
Excellent. So Mick's still got a little bit of work to do here. Shawn's done very well to get out of that snooker, and he's sort of landed the red in a nice little favourable spot, but really it's not like he can pot out from there, and Mick's just going to do what he has to do.
Again, folks, if you just look, Mick Hill never walks to a table, gets down on a ball and hits it. He will definitely check what options he has, what the ability is, and there is one.
How about that?
He leaves a snooker, promotes the black, promotes the yellow, all for the opportunity when he has one, that he can make the out at the easiest way.
Shawn looks excited. He's jumping into the table, having a look. I like that. I like a guy who feels like he's got a plan and he's
absolutely
getting to the table, no matter how bad the situation looks. That's not bad at all. I like it.
Look, Rob, it is, and the other bonus is just for the appreciation that Shawn takes at the time to travel to Melbourne to play in these tournaments, to give us the opportunity to see what he can do, because most people don't get the opportunity to see some of these great snooker players in action in 8 ball. And a lot of people, don't rate them always. Different game, different ball size, different table size, all these rubbish
Have a look at this.
rules.
Have a look
but
at
if
this.
you're a cueist, and if you know how to play, then you can learn how to play everything.
This guy knows his angles, and he's having a real look. And this is a very, very tough ball to hit. Very tough ball.
Extremely tough ball, Rob. Now we'll need a
That
quick...
looks bad, but he actually tried to play the little gap in between and just land on the red, which is a very brave shot.
Absolutely.
Probably had nothing else. I don't think he could have got out off 2 cushions or 3 cushions like he was looking the first time.
But he has given Mick Hill the opportunity with 2 shots now, and
Mick
I really think
just
this should be out.
left himself nice and thin on this just to bring out the other. Look at that.
There it is,
fantastic.
folks.
All of a sudden.
No great ball movement, no balls flying everywhere, no off 3 rails.
All of a sudden he's got 2 shots, and I'll tell you what, Kev Harvey would almost back me to fucking knock these in.
I would, Rob, I would definitely knock you to back these in, mate.
Thank you. Knock me to back them in. That's what I like. That's what I like about you, Kev. Yeah. Always got my knock or my back, whatever it is.
If someone knocks on your back, hey,
yeah, all right. Yeah.
Sorry, mate. John Russell was just asking a question. He was trying to work out what his surname was.
And here we go.
Amaretto.
Just a nice little 2-all.
Look good. John Russell there, what a gentleman he is, coming and making sure that we're fueled up just to watch his game and give us a few little tips, and he might actually want us to give him a bit of a rap when we're here, so we will try, Rob. We'll have to try and write some material.
Well, I'll tell you what, Kev, I don't know if it's all about you and all about JR. How about it's about the people at the table?
At the moment, we've got young James Meckiff, who will be playing JR in the round of 16, just having a bit of a warm-up there.
JR's just prepped himself by going to the bar and buying everyone a drink, so
absolutely.
He's ready to go. That's exactly the form you need.
Well, JR, you got to understand, JR practiced in 1996, okay, and since then it's all been just a roll.
And here we go. We're back to the money match. This is where we want to be.
Back to the real stuff. 2-all, last 16, Mick Hill.
Have a look at his break, folks. Have a look at this. Jeez, I don't know about how much control he had of the white there, and nothing went in.
Someone's going to show him how to break, folks, because seriously, he was
maybe he's feeling the pinch a little bit, Kev. Maybe he's feeling a bit, and he's just putting that little bit extra into his break, just trying to finish these blokes off.
Well, he does know he's playing a left-hander with ability. You know what these lefties are like.
And Shawn Budd is probably the second best left-hander in the country.
Next to Dan Lynch.
Next to Dan Lynch?
Oh, I'd say third then, because we've got Nathan Harris here as well. And I'll tell you right now, I'll back Nathan doubling a ball compared to Shawn.
I was actually talking about himself, but if I want to chuck one in, how about Neil Robertson? Is he any good as a left-hander?
Sorry, Rob.
How about him? Is he any good?
Well, he's better than his brother, the right-hander. But look, let's not get into that, folks. I think, it all gets down to the abilities of the players on the table, and right now it's Shawn Budd.
And what's he got here? How do you feel about this, Kev?
On yellows, Rob, a couple of tricky balls to get position onto, but this is again when we talk about watching and learning which balls they take.
I don't really feel he's got too many tricky ones, Kevin.
Thanks, John.
See you, John.
All right.
Good work.
Good luck, JR. We'll be commentating.
Move on. We're commentating.
We'll be right behind you, mate. We'll be right behind you.
Here we go. I think this is one of your tough balls that you're talking about.
It'll be like a crack attack.
I think it's one of the tough ones you're talking about. This should just slide in very nicely without too much work. Excellent shot. And just a nice little easy come down for this bottom one. And black in the middle.
Yeah, Richmond won a grand final too, John. Richmond won a grand final in 1980.
All right, so probably just pulled out of the shot a little bit there, folks, and hasn't really got into an ideal position.
He's still on it, Rob. It's just working out.
Oh, JR's got to make it about himself again. At least he dyed his hair again, folks. He's done well with that, hasn't he? He goes every half an hour and gets the dynamo and bleaches it. It's been fantastic. Here we go, nice and thin here. Maybe a little bit of check. No, he's gone for the running. Just stay out of the middle. Perfect shot. And he's just got a very easy shot into the...
If you're talking about white ball control, folks, that is it right there.
Probably went a little bit further and a little bit wider than he thought, but there has been a little bit of complaints about the Rileys off the cushions. But nevertheless, he's done very well, and he's now 3-2 up against one of the world champions.
On the hill against the world champion. And I think it's Shawn's break. So this
I do believe it is.
First opportunity, Rob, for someone to put Mick Hill out of a tournament in Australia for the first time.
And how important was that break? How important was that last break of Mick Hill's where I felt that he just chucked a little bit too much into it and it's ended up costing him the frame. Easy to say from here, but
let's see Shawn
it's amazing
get
how
too
many times.
excited because he knows he's on the hill. He knows he's a chance of making an out.
Breaking for the side, trying to squeeze break, just trying to squeeze one into the middle and control the wide. Dry breaking.
Unbelievable how these things happen in unison.
Now this is one of the best blokes in the world. Let's see how he responds to this.
This is the best bloke in Australia right now, folks. 27th of April 2014.
Reds are probably the balls here. He's got an easy starter. It's just a matter of mapping it out. And this is what you've got to really look at, how well these blokes can play, and yet they still sit there for a full minute mapping it out.
I've got to say, there's a bit of comedy going on. We've got Nathan laughing his head off here. JR's just broken. Said he's done something wrong. And
no, good work, JR. Get some more dynamo.
Right now, I think if we crossed over to JR's game, we should get young Nathan Neems commentating.
We shouldn't worry about that. Let's just have a look at one of the best in the world and one of the best in the country.
And there's the first red drop.
Sponsored by James.
It was an easy opener. This is why he went the Reds. And he's had a full minute to map it out.
Do you see it
after his first shot, he's still having a look to map it out. And this guy's got all the ability in the world. This is something you can really learn from these guys.
I've got to say, folks, anybody who's met me or knows me knows I'm slightly, not really a triathlete, more a 15 metre runner. But
15 metre or 1500?
15 metres, I could fall over twice and get to the distance.
Good call.
Anyway, Rob, I've got to say that from what I heard and what I've seen in my life, Mick Hill slightly had an issue with enjoying his food a bit much when in his younger days. But I've got to say right now, this bloke has put in the work mentally by physically becoming stronger, and everything about him proves that if you put in the hard time, the hard effort, and actually committed to what you do, these are the results. And this guy has gone on and become, like I said, he comes to Australia, puts on exhibitions that everybody should go have a look at, because you get to see some really, really good stuff with what he can, with his ability can prove.
And you can learn so much.
Absolutely.
Always happy to help out.
And
always give you a tip.
Nice guy.
Very, very nice guy. Genuine guy. Genuine guy. You can almost call him a part-time Aussie, couldn't you?
You could call him part-time Aussie, Rob. That's true.
He's a genuine guy.
Definitely is.
And all of a sudden, he's just chopped through these. He's had a really good look, and each time he's just addressed the shot, seen where he wants to be.
He might have landed a little bit short on the angle here, Rob. So
yeah,
might
and
be
he'll have a look.
More work.
He'll compose himself. He's 90% composure and 10% shot.
Very true, Rob. And I think the greater the player you are, the greater it should be like that.
Yeah, that is
mental strength.
Look at this. Look at this. He's just got out off there, left himself thick again. He just does it every time. He'll find the biggest gap he can, leave himself thick. Look at that. Absolutely nothing.
Right on
Absolutely nothing in it.
Now, for anybody, just this is a side note, folks, for those watching the game, and there it is.
Mick Hill 3-all. This is what we wanted to see.
But I did notice this before, Rob, when Mick Hill leant over on this side of the table, I did get to see a little bit of his back, and it's definitely not the same crack back as JR is. I've got to tell you right now.
That's not my caper, Kev.
If you were talking about crackbacks, he would be the big gun right now, JR.
You probably can. I can see mine, Kev, but you probably like to see other people so you can compare them to yours to see what stage you're at.
Let's not get into that. Just because you can bend over, put your head between your legs and lick your back crack. That's not my fault, Rob.
Let's not get sexual about what you want to do in life, Kev. Really. Here we go, boys. Boys and girls.
I've got to tell you right now.
On the hill.
This
is the one. What a game this is. Let's see how he breaks this time, folks. He's moved his wide ball across. He's subdued it a little bit. He's got a ball off the break. And let's see what we've got here, Kev. What do you think?
So long as he's got a ball off the break, he's at the table. It's his opportunity, Rob. I think there's always a chance. I've watched this guy a few times, and geez, I'll tell you,
will you back yourself and nominate a colour that he's going to go on to, Kev?
No. I'd assume he's going yellows.
Why? Because that's what he's looking at?
Because that's what he's looking at, Rob. I'm just taking
the obvious. And once again, have a look at this guy. He's mapping him out again. He's taking his time, making sure.
I'll tell you what, Rob. It's like the old saying goes. I thought he'd be bigger. I thought Mickey would be bigger.
He's big in the ticker.
Big in the ticker. You're right, Rob. Well said. and also in the groin area from what I've heard.
Yeah, this is a PG rated show, Kev, so we probably don't need any of that.
Oh, I meant he's got big cojones, Rob. Big cojones.
Yeah, okay, that's
big
nice.
Big cojones, that's all I was meaning there. That's good. It takes a lot of
he's on the Reds. Kev once again won't commit himself. Mick's not sure here. He's just making sure what he wants to do. And because if you haven't got a plan, you aren't dangerous. And the man with a plan is a dangerous man.
The main reason he's taking so much time, Rob, if you look at the score,
3-all.
3-all,
That's
and
right.
there's one frame left, and this
but
is
you
the
can
one.
make it easy for yourself by doing everything right. Just
I'd have to say right
slotting
now,
back into your mode.
Shawn Budd will be feeling a little bit uncomfortable because he's the one watching.
Mick's not happy about that. Is it because Kev spoke again about his crack? Are you talking about his crack again, Kev?
Yeah. He's got the second best then. John's still the best.
And here we go. I think 90% of the people would have actually gone the one in the middle. He's gone the big shot. Look at this. Have a look at this.
Jamie and Paul, overrated.
Just keep on knocking him in. Always on the thick side, folks. That's what you got to watch here. He's always trying to get on the thick side of the ball.
While you're watching Mick, I'm watching a gentleman on the next table wearing a t-shirt saying the Boss, who was a famous champion in 1996 in the world titles. Just running his own little race.
How nice was that? Just a nice little flick. Promoted his ball. It was a little bit ordinary.
Would you think this is over here, Rob? Do you think this is pretty much done yet from this position? 3 reds and a black?
I would like to think so. I'd like to think this guy is a very, very quality player. But I like his composure around the table more than anything else. He doesn't play any big shot. He just composes himself on every shot.
Agreed. Totally agree with you. And even though this is being televised internationally around the world on the internet, Mick Hill's pro today, Peter Knight, videoing his own little fucking look.
Can't believe you brought him into the fray, Kev.
Well,
We'll just move on, folks.
I'll just tell you something right now, Rob.
Mick's might have landed a little bit short here, but he's still be okay to go up and down.
Shawn Budd have been billeted with Peter Knight for this weekend and had a great time.
Because once again, Mick might have left himself a little bit shorter than what he would like, but he's on the thick side of the ball. A lot to learn about that. Just keep going up and
again,
down.
well, I tell you, JR is making a fantastic out on the next table. He's on the black here. Ball to the centre, 45-degree angle. And Mick Hill, 1 red to the black.
How about that?
Move into the round.
How about that, folks? I'm going to put the finger where I want the white ball to go. Deep screw, just nice. Oh, he's overcooked that a million miles an hour. But he's in the right range. He's right up behind the ball.
Tell you right now, folks,
fantastic.
This is 101%.
Obviously, he couldn't get his other finger on the other cushion to get it where he thought it was going to go, and he's just finished that off very, very nicely. And the crowd erupt. The crowd erupt with the
crowd erupt, folk, but I've got to say, congratulations to Mick Hill. A fantastic finish to win the match 4-3. But to Shawn Budd,
very well
comes
played.
down again
very well
as soon as he can, mate, and showed us his abilities. He's a fantastic bloke and a great cueist.
Fantastic cueist.
And just so you know, we've moved over to the big game.
Here we go.
John Russell versus James
B grade.
What we have missed is JR making the out.
Yeah, hard to believe. John Russell's made an out. He hasn't done that since 1997.
John, we did miss the out.
And, here's a chance. Here we go.
I'll tell you now, folks. JR
That's the last
is
thing
like a raging bull. The left foot is just pushing against the dirt.
Old Happy Feet. He's going real well. He's got the bleach. He's got the dynamo. He's got everything going on.
Yeah, for those of you who didn't know, back in the day when Happy Feet was first done in Australia, they used JR as the human with all the little buttons and gadgets on it to get a version of the Penguins doing the dance.
What a surprise. He's gone Reds. That's the top he's wearing.
The Boss.
The Boss. He believes he's the boss.
Well, I did hear young Nathan Meeks has made it his own issue to make sure that John can get a couple of new tops.
There's no good flogging a dead horse, but JR still has a little bit of life left in him.
Now, folks, this is while I'm looking around the table, I've stood up. I'm actually just having a look around here, and we've got a couple of big other games that are down the far end there. We've got Mark Robertson playing Jake McCartney.
That's a massive
We've got Gus DeGiorgio playing Johl Younger. We've got Ben Tolomoy playing Cran Wrigley. Just still looking around. Got a couple of young fellows there. I don't actually know their names, but I have watched them and they are fantastic cueists.
This is a totally different game to what we were just watching. I don't know what JR was thinking about there.
These are the rounds.
I'm sure he knows, but I'm really not sure what he was thinking. JR is one of the most amazing players with tee shots you'll ever see. He'll do a little bit of rough and a fluff and a fluff, but here he goes.
The way he sets up his ball with the first shot to use it for the second, this is what people should be watching and learning from.
Don't underestimate this bloke. He is sensational. Now he's down to one shot. He is a big chance of turning it over.
James, you can't hear us out there, can you? Oh, good. You see young Mark Robertson out there, hot and yellows, black over the cushion. Approximately 4 yellows to go.
Nice shot, very nice shot.
JR there, bit of promotion and demotion. Lovely to watch, old school.
I'll be just jumping off here for a moment and probably put it on to Nathan. Nathan, another fellow Bear.
Fellow Bear will be taking
Doesn't want a Darwin Memorial, but he still is still a fellow Bear.
While one Bear walks in, the next one goes to the forest too. Yep.
You're absolutely right, Rob. I haven't won one. I've won about 2 of them.
Two big guns, or 2 what?
No.
I didn't hear what he said. Oh, Dale Webb's.
Yeah.
You've won 2, Nate.
Yeah. But anyway.
No, that is fantastic,
that's
folks.
right.
I know most of you don't know what we're talking about, but just so you do know, Dale Webb was a great person in 8-ball and all the games, and made some money from Dandenong leagues, and they run a bit of a trophy for him every year at the Wonthaggi tournament we all head down to have a bit of fun with, and whoever wins that actually realises that it's one of the more special awards, because Dale passed away a few years ago on us, and for the ones who, like myself, were lucky enough to play with him, realise as they call him, they were calling him the king, because whatever he put his mind to when it came to his teams, they normally produced. So for anybody, as Nathan's won twice and Rob himself has won once, this year's winner was Dale Chipperbolton. I think it's a great honour, and you blokes should be really proud of those efforts.
Yeah, and
on that, we're back to young James. JR's called the bell, pull the bell in.
So he had 2 shots off that. So James hit smack the white off the
ringing
table,
the bell.
and we'd be a bit disappointed there. I think the Yellows are back in control, even though he hasn't hit the white off the table. So James has done quite well, had a quite good tournament. It's not over yet. He's knocked out Rusty Wheeler in the second round.
Please.
I'm sure anyone that is friends with James on Facebook will soon be hearing about that, probably for the next 6 or 12 months. But quite rightfully so. He's had a good tournament, and it's not over yet. Big chance for all of these guys to make the quarters. I don't think James would have made the quarters in a major tournament ever before, and JR's been a while since he has as well. But
it's a great effort by John to get out of that snooker, mate. Had to do a little bit of work to do that.
Yes.
Put a little more pressure on James again.
Yeah, correct.
With only 1 shot. But as you were saying, mate, it is a great effort for these 2, and one of them is going to walk into the last 8. So.
So we've only got 2 matches on the main tables at the moment. Obviously we had a few matches going, which is why we had to put a few of these other bigger matches out on the outside tables. But
I'll tell you right now, folks, there's a game being played over there on table 5 between Jake McCartney and Mark Robertson, and seriously, that could be a national title singles championship final. And then you've got Johl and young Gus out there. And again, I say that I'm not sure about Gussie, but we do know that he has the ability to play Johl and give him a run for his money.
And you got on the other table, if you look even further, you got Cran Wrigley and Ben Tolnay. So Geelong's still getting represented, and so
the 1996 World 8-ball champion team in Australia, mate. The only champion side.
Fast forward 18 years on, and Cran's still in the business end of tournaments.
And Cran was the one who actually potted the black ball.
He was.
Win the world title for Australia. Only world title they've ever won at the World. Yep. And Cran happened to be the bloke potting the black. And I think for anybody who's ever done that, not actually the world title, but in any sport, to be able to win it for your team is very, very special.
It sticks with you for a fair while.
Just got confirmations of scores, folks, on the Jake McCartney and Mark Robertson table. Jake is 1-0 up against Mark. And the Gus and Johl, we haven't heard the scores there. They have played 2 frames, we just don't know the scores. We will try to get an update on that. And also, just so you know, folks, there is no rules here on Anzac dress code. Robbo is playing in socks.
Yeah,
it's like the cat in the hat sort of thing.
I've heard of blokes, you know, picking up a rack cue and winning these things and stuff like that. But I don't think it's ever been done without shoes. So we'll remains to be seen how far Robbo gets. But yeah, could be creating history here.
I'll give you a clue, Nathan. If he ever gets on a TV table, I will be going out there mentioning to him to put some bloody shoes on and get out of the venue.
Yeah, might have some to, there's still a bit of an image to uphold. So JR just under-hit the previous red, which forced him to play a little bit of a tougher shot there. So James has really got two options here. He can basically bump this red out, stun back, or he can roll through and just play the yellow in the other corner, and he's done neither.
And I've just seen on table number 6 there where Gus has just made pot of the black to get a frame on Johl. Again, we don't know the scores fully, but we do know that Gus has got a frame on. So, score. He just got that one.
So James, in my opinion, rushed that shot a little bit there. Probably a bit of inexperience. Probably saw the finish line to go 2-1 up.
Absolutely, Nate. There's a few other things. He knows he's on the TV table. He knows he's playing John Russell, who is a legend of the sport. And as you said there, he knows this could be his first quarter-final in a major tournament. And I'm telling you right now, folks, if you saw the lineup this morning for the Calcutta, this would have to be the great lineup of players other than from Nationals.
And you take if you were told you'd made the quarters, given the strong field, you'd be told that.
Just a quick football update, folks. The Tigers are 15-point down by Hawthorn. That means they're about 74 points away from winning.
So it's regardless of what happens in this match with James, he'll learn a lot from it.
Johnny's come back a little bit too far. He can now hit the ball, but not exactly where he wanted to.
Now, whether he can see enough, whether he can see enough to
run
it down, or whether he just comes up the back and knocks it in the other corner, or comes off the rail, nicks it in the centre.
Okay, Mark Robertson has spotted the black on his table, so I assume that would be 1-1 with Jake and Mark. Race to 4. Oh, look, Jamie's actually played the game and got back. How did we go, Jamie? Jamie Stevens, he still has got it. He's trying to become a professional full-time commentator, but he just cannot give up that natural urge to hold the cue in his hand and have a go. And Richmond are 15 points down at the moment against Hawthorn, Jamie, so it's only 74 points to get.
The dream's still alive, solid. Confirmation of the Robbo Jack game, 1-1. We know. If you didn't hear that, Gus is 1-0 on Johl Younger. Don't know the Cran and Manny Tolnay match. Don't know the scores on that one. Try and get that one to you as well.
That's a shame. 4-3. Jay Meckiff here. A long ball down to the corner, left corner. For him, I think this would be practice time. Would be 10 out of 10. Under the pressure of the TV and the finals, we'll see where we go. And there it is, folks. There it is. Now, I've got to say, if you put the practice in like the young kid does, then hopefully it'll get you through the moments where the lights are really bright. Can't do anything technical.
It's a bit of a missed opportunity there for James breaking 1-1, hitting light off the table, had full control of that match and let one slip for that frame, I should say. Let one slip there. But early days in this match.
I've got to tell you, folks, I am feeling a little bit nervous here. I've got Pikey and Jamie and all these boys hanging around, the professionals here, just waiting to swoop in on these headphones. Luckily, me and Nathan, strong-willed, committed characters. I'll just sit down again.
It is?
Yeah. That's what I mean, mate. Steve Jamison was like, I just had money on, that was last 16, wasn't it? I've got to say, folks, I'm speaking to Jamie Stevens here, and just quickly, I've got to say, this bloke, for the last 3 or 4 years, has actually rated himself as a commentator, right? But during that time he's been rating himself as a commentator, he's found how to cue a ball. And he's now, he could be the best player in the household for queuing. And personally, I've never rated that. I've always reckoned he's the hard technician who works his ass off, does everything he can to win a frame, ticker like a digger. But now he's bringing in ability as well. This could be dangerous for the tournament. Young James there just promoting a ball.
So James will obviously take the long red down in the left corner here, and see if he can get down on those little awkward balls down below.
This question again I got, mate, is we'd love to stop young James and ask him what he's actually looked at. Whether he's looked at the finish or whether he's just looked at the ball after the one he's just hitting now. Well, we won't know because we've got an opportunity for JR to the table now. And as I'm watching down the far end, I can see Johl. I think Johl's on the reds, maybe. And he's got one red with the black to finish. We'll see in a sec.
It's a good opener by JR there. So opened up a few options for him here. Obviously he'll try and take this ball with a bit of bottom and just bump this yellow up table towards the centre pocket.
I've got one
It should open everything up for it. Should open up every ball on the table for him to go game. But obviously he'll dig into he should dig into the yellow here, and he's not. He's just going to roll it in. Oh, that surprises me because I thought he had angle to really dig into that ball, but he's elected to obviously just come out and play the double. Not sure if this is really the right way, but he's obviously committed to this going this way now.
And there we go, folks, down on the far table. Johl has just potted a black to give him a frame against Gus. We're again still not sure of the scores.
So JR has played a nice double there after, not thinking we'd probably just screw back into it. But it's just a matter of rolling this ball in down the rail. And
we have found a score. Gus and Johl, 1-1, Gus and Johl. Come on, young Gussie. I've got a little bit of money on him in the Calcutta. I was lucky enough to buy the young fella. He is a thoroughbred, so we're hoping that he's playing Johl,
just while we're on that,
who also is a thoroughbred.
Just while we're on that, it's probably a good thing that JR is running deep himself into the tournament. As he's probably missed out on a few earnings from previous horses that he's bought in other runners.
Well, no, I've got to say, personally today, when I saw what he was buying, I thought his best buy was this reigning Australian singles champion, young Kurt Dunham. That was a fantastic buy by JR. The only issue he did have was didn't realise that Kurt Dunham was in the venue.
Must be in the venue to win. That's what.
Must be in the venue to win. Yeah. Well said. Yeah. Well said, mate.
And I don't ask for much, but please let me be in the room next time I see JR and Kurt together. just let me be there to see that conversation.
Again, there, if you watched young James, a little bit nervous, a little bit excited. Just a ball to the centre, which he jawed and left out, and just promoted JR's ball. Just giving JR a great chance to take a 2-all draw here and get back into the match. And as you get higher into the competition, you've got to realise, folks, is when your opportunity is there at the table, don't leave it with a disappointment. Really commit to the shot because you might not get another one.
And I'll tell you now, that could have worked out better.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Does it go?
As I said, if he can pass that red, he might just be able to just thin nick the yellow and cover the hole, or he might just take a cover on this one, or he could pot it. Possibly, there's no danger of it. He'd be looking at it in off down here, down the top right, but he may be able to just run into the black here. Yeah, and that's exactly what's happened. It's not
that black is turning and turning.
Absolute cracker shot by Buff there.
It has worked out a treat, Nate. absolute treat where he's put the black in front of James's 2 reds, and mentally James is looking at the table like he's beaten already. And what I'd have to say to the young kid is there's still plenty in here. He's just got to work out a way to stay in the game.
Yep. Yeah, look, if I was James here, I'd be looking to probably roll this red into the left corner, and then just get the white out. No, he's trying to squeeze it out. I don't see the benefit in this shot unless you can actually pot it. And he can, so...
He can pot it, but he's actually dragged the ball that's just short of an in-off.
It's not a bad hit, but he has to play full contact on the yellow here. Get this out. No, he should have just played straight into the yellow, and that's not purely rush shot.
Well, that's that inexperience, Nathan, that we talk about, that a lot of these young fellas get a good draw and fall into place and get a couple of big wins. I mean, don't get me wrong, but young James Meckiff took out Rusty Wheeler, the reigning 8-ball big guns champion from yesterday, in the second round. Now, for a kid to do that, he is living the dream.
Yeah, he's recovered well there, and as I said, he could probably still played that shot and moved. He could have taken or bumped that yellow out on the previous pot, cleared that red up, and then gone back up the table and played that same shot.
Absolutely, Nate. And I think that's where sometimes that, if James had a coach on his side and you could talk to him like yourself, Nate, all you'd tell the kid do is calm down and pretend he's having a practice session at Fast Eddie's, because he can cue the ball, and we've watched late in this game so far, in this frame especially, he's missed a couple of pots which he'd work on, every time he plays them. So you've just got to try and control those nerves and really, really focus on being on the table rather than worrying about where you are in the atmosphere.
This is good in the fact that not only is obviously it's made Jay, I think it's obviously given James a little bit of time off the table as well to probably compose himself a little bit. So he has played a couple of rush shots, so just allows him to sort of collect his thoughts a little bit and then think about what he's going to do next.
Yeah. Look, I think when you get to the top end and you see some of the players like a Mick Hill and then the Shawn who played him, and a Jake McCartney and a Johl Young and the blokes quite a few, another dozen blokes I can mention. But I think from then, after that, I think there's a lot of us players who are decent players, and on our day we can be great, and on our day we can be really bad. And I think what it gets to is, again, that use of your nerves and realising that, for both people that put in the work, just back yourself with it, But sometimes I think more of us lose a game than the other person wins a game. If you go back and look at the replays, someone snaps the balls and makes an out, that's the pure win. But after that,
Jake's 2-1. Robbo 2-1. Robbo 2-1, everyone.
Robbo's now 2-1 against Jake. And talking about two of the better players in Victoria, probably rated 1 and 2 at the moment on their abilities and their efforts so far this last 12 months, Nate.
Now James, exactly right, mate. So like you said before, could be a final, that match on any scale. So
absolutely.
And I think James would have loved to have had that shot back. He just played there, didn't get the coverage on the black, and JR's opened up with a very, very nice yellow.
And again, this looks like quite an easy out, Nate. Two yellow balls, black ball over the pocket. And it's just about doing the work and backing yourself and actually just focusing on the shot. Just focus on the shot once you've chosen it, and make sure you work out the position you want the white ball and try and get it there.
So probably landed a little straight there, but he'll just screw back to pretty much where his hand was, or just a little bit below that where he's landed, but no problems here. He can go play rail first, come off the red if he wants. Straight in. Yep.
And what this does is give JR a little bit of hope, and James gets a little bit deflated because he had the lead there. He had opportunities in this game to make it a 3-1 game. Instead, the scores are now 2-2, and we're right in the mix.
Effectively now best of 3, so it's just anyone's game.
We talk about the winner of this, folks, moves straight into the quarterfinals of the 2014 Anzac tournament, where I think in theory you'll have the opportunity to just reach into the bag and pull out one of the balls. And after that, it's free sailing for anybody who's collected you in the Calcutta. The money starts.
That's
and
right.
It's all positives, the winner of this game.
That's right.
So it's very important. How many frames to go, Nate?
The last 16, to me, it's like, even though you make the money a lot earlier, to me it's like the bubble in poker. So it's like basically you want to get past this stage to get into the big dollars, and and if you don't, you feel a little bit disappointed, and
absolutely,
you haven't really achieved what you want.
I think definitely on a Sunday when some of us come to play, maybe not the ones at the elite top 10 levels, but most of us come with the idea that the first obstacle is to get through round 1, get your money back with the first envelope, and then the next round would be 8, as you say, to the quarters, because that's the next money envelope, So, and it just it's all about gaining your confidence as you move on rather than losing it. JR here on the yellows, is it? JR's on the yellows. He's probably got one bad ball on left hand, one near the 2 reds down the bottom left here.
He may look to, if that yellow does go into the centre, he may look at bumping this out right now.
Yep, which would be a great idea. Better doing it earlier than later.
Yeah, and he did get off that shot. Didn't stay down on that shot, and forced the error
one
there.
of John's issues you'll see, folks, when he moves around a bit, we call him happy feet, but really he's got a war injury from the 1917 Boer War, and it has been affecting his stance ever since. You can see his left gabby knee. He has been thinking about getting something fixed to it, but he doesn't like hospital food. He told me he prefers something that doesn't have anything too healthy to it.
Don't think he minds it. Just there's not enough of it. So so James again rushed that red there, and possibly. Well, I think he was looking to cover that, but what he should have done was pot that, and then he can double that red across table.
Yep.
He could possibly and then play the yellow into the black. Here, black comes up. It's quite a safe shot because you've got coverage on the other pocket. All right, so I've just been called up for my next match in the Blanc. So
all right, folks,
I'll leave you with it, Kev.
Hammer there in the Blanc scomp, running round 3, I think. So good luck to Nate. Hope he goes out there and cues the ball properly. That's all you can ask for as a player. Having a real go. Now, in between matches, we've got the esteemed #1 commentator, no, not Alan Milgray, but the great Jamie Stevens. Welcome back, Jamie.
Thanks, mate. I heard Nathan's voice get called. I thought I'll just swoop in.
It's amazing how you keep one year on the commentary and 2 on the table, mate. I love it.
I do love it. And over a new lease of life of playing the game now. And
that's a great bit of promotion, I've got to say. He was behind there on that shot before he hit it. Now he's got 3 reds over the yellow. The red can't be hit by the other yellow on the left-hand side. A lot of positives out of that shot by John.
So you're saying that JR was on the reds?
John's on the yellow.
He's on the yellows, okay. Look at this shot from James Meckiff. That is not a small shot at all. I would have almost been tempted to pot the yellow there, just purely because the black's dodgy. I don't think it doubles past the red. There's a yellow above the 2 reds. It's not easy. There's also the yellow on the left-hand side of the table. It's not easy. It's just a really tricky out. I may have pot the yellow there and force JR's hand at 2-all.
Yeah, for you listening, there's an idea of what Jamie's giving you as another option. I mean, this is the issue, I think, as you get to become a better player, and there's Brontic bringing JR some fuel. What you got to understand is the better the player you are, the more options you learn to play in the game. If you walk in there with one option in the game, that holds you back. So the idea is to learn many options that you can play for one shot. And as Jamie's trying to tell you, then he gave you a completely different idea on what you could do. So folks, it isn't about being able to play one shot. It's about learning the art of the game.
See, and JR here, right? He's gonna tighten up this yellow because obviously that red. Oh, actually, yeah, maybe my shot might not have been great because there is a gap there with that yellow. But I still think it's this shot right here. I don't agree with. This is basically saying I want you to have a dip and not me.
That's it.
And well, he's got back across, but he's overhit it. I think he's just sort of got a bit rushed on that.
Yeah.
Just wanted he kind of wanted it to happen rather than making sure it happened.
Absolutely. And now James has a big opportunity here.
And once again, I think James has gone down too fast in this. And the reason I say that, there's no way, I don't care who you are, that you've mapped out what you're going to do already.
And this is the point we're making before, Jamie. The catch is that you can see the more experienced quality player takes their time, uses their 60 seconds, even if it's 90 seconds, and really evaluates what they're looking at. Whereas some of the younger boys who can pot a ball, they get caught up with the idea that they can pot. And potting isn't the finish of the game. It's actually knowing how to pot and being able to control that white.
Yeah, I think generally, like, once you get to the table, like you had 2 shots there, that shot, before you even play your first shot, that's probably when you're taking the most time because you're working out the A to Z. You're working out how you're going to go about your next visit or two. There was no real pause there. He just went down, knocked in a couple of balls, and now he's actually going to pay the price as JR just pops that yellow in front of the red, and now he's in actually a first strike. But
now he's doing a little bit of work. There is a little gap on the yellow here down the bottom right.
And I like this red inside the yellow here that he's just dying up, but once again, he hasn't really looked at the rest of the table. He's gone, I'm going to play the shot, but we'll see what happens afterwards.
I've got to say, young Jake's out there against Rob. I'm not sure the score again, but we do know that Jake is on the reds. He's got a few dead balls there, which he's going to try and extract to do something with. Robbo with 4 balls that look quite simple to finish with.
See, now James is taking a bit of time because he's thinking, okay, what am I going to do now? Obviously, I'm going to kick this out, but hopefully going through his mind is where is this going and where's the white going? Where's my linking ball for position after the shot? And that is not a good shot, I don't think. He just clipped the yellow a little bit. Just clipped the yellow a bit to.
I think it's enough to be able to pot that ball back in that pocket. It's just now being able to get back onto that ball.
Yeah, I think I'd have screwed off the double and screwed off it. But this is, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Q, I think this could be as deep as James Meckiff has gone in a tournament so far in a major. So
absolutely, Jamie, and he's now...
Just be feeling a pump of touch.
He's actually taken a shot on that was 50-50. He played it like a 50-50 shot. He was thinking that if he just covers the pocket, that should be okay. I personally, thinking after the first shot he played when he left the gap open there down the bottom left, he should have taken on the out. Every ball had an opportunity to be able to pot it.
I agree, he definitely should have.
And he took a 50-50 shot, and that's where it ended up. In the middle of nowhere, with JR now an opportunity to take a 3-2 lead.
I'll tell you one of the other reasons I'm having a big dip there too is because the yellow over the pocket that JR is just about the pot. The black was absolute certainty off it. So the black wasn't
and that's
even
what
hard.
I meant that myself, mate. That there was a chance of every ball being able to be potted. So I don't think there was a hard out there for James. You've just got to trust and back yourselves. Oh, young Jake has missed a ball in the corner.
Jake is actually not playing that well over there. I watched him actually just rush a face cut double. And, mate, if you've played on these tables a little bit, there's no way you can face cut double a ball when it's pretty thin because it squares up off the rail. So you've actually got to smash it and hit it really thin. And Jake fell victim to it because he missed it by a mile, where if it was on one of the other tables, it would have went straight in, I reckon.
Yep. And now Robbo's put him in a world of pain.
Robbo actually missed the black too beforehand. Oh. But anyway, we'll find out the result of that match for you later. And even this out that JR is on, it's not super simple. Just because the black's on the cushion, he either needs to get right behind it, trust himself, and as I say, that he's actually missed it.
John as well, just trying to play a shot that was just enough. Not getting the result he needed.
And I've also worked out on these tables, Kev, that I'm a massive fan of playing drag shots at distance because they are napping really heavy. So if you just roll the ball down, they're trying to pot it. You
Sorry, Jamie, I'm an explainer of technique. Is that dressing in ladies' clothes while having a shot, or?
If you're wondering what a drag shot is, and there might be some viewers out there that are new to the game, basically you're hitting the white ball extremely low. And then cueing right through the ball, and what will happen is the white ball will spin with a lot of backspin, but by the time it actually gets and it will travel at a decent speed, but by the time it actually gets the object ball, that backspin will have worn off, and then the momentum of the white ball starts to go forward again, and then the pace of the white actually is completely killed.
Now just on that, if you didn't understand technical stuff and the actual wording, Jamie will be doing a visual in between next matches. Now JR's got an opportunity again to come back to the table. Young James didn't take the opportunity to finish that frame.
In my opinion now, what Buffer needs to do here is pot this bottom yellow of the 4 and come back up the table to sort of where the blue spot is and get an angle on the yellow that's just to the left of the black and kick the black off the rail. That's personally what I'd be looking at doing here. I don't want that black on the rail if I'm potting out. Well, he's just played it.
Agreed. Well, here we go. Still opportunities, but luckily he's got enough balls on the table. That wasn't his last yellow.
There is also the option of just leaving it for a double or trying to get right behind it and knock it down.
Now, just so you know, James, I've just been watching. I don't know how Jake did it, but he actually got out of that snooker that he had. Somehow he's potted the reds that he had, and he's snookered himself on the black, but he's got the shot on it. I would love to be able to see a replay of that to see exactly what happened. Young Jake has missed the black completely, gone in off and given Robbo 2 shots with 4 yellows basically over pockets.
That's a little mini match that we're waiting for a big race to 11 match with those two, and that's like a little mini psychological match. But Jake is fair off his head at the moment, very drunk, and hasn't really slept much in the last couple of days, so probably isn't in the peak of his life.
Oh, Johnny.
And
John Russell there just for trying to run the ball up to try and be in a position to break the black off the cushion, and in the end has missed the ball completely.
I'm not super stressed
on
about
potting
that.
it.
This is a very big out that James has to play here. Very big out.
I think young James, like I said to you, on any given night at Fast Eddies, would get both these balls.
At Fast Eddies, not a hope, mate. They are the tightest tables in Australia.
That's the ones he practices on, mate. And Robbo there, extracting all his balls and potting them and looking like he's about to collect a frame on young Jake.
So James he's basically what he's sizing up here is, if I just run this down over the pocket and it sits, what am I going to leave? I don't really like it. I'm going to take it on. No, he's played a little run off snooker. Hasn't quite got it, but that was a good thinking shot.
Robbo there using his 2 shots on the black. Has set the ball up with the first one.
And JR here, I don't think he can play this naturally. It's very close to in off. I'm almost full commit to this, Kev, and actually just stunning this in, done off the side rail.
There is an option to that, Jamie, but I think he can actually come inside this red near. That's what John's looking at now. I think it actually is the perfect angle to come off, drop the ball in, and leave himself on the next yellow.
Actually, I haven't even looked at that shot, Kev. It's very.
It
good
actually
pickup.
comes, mate. It actually works like very tight.
Oh, geez, you've got to hit it. You've got to hit a minimum quarter ball, if not thinner, to pot that yellow. And the cushions are sliding a little bit too. There's not heaps going in his favour to play that shot, but still, you're right. It is an option. He doesn't like it, so he's not going to take it.
Johl.
JR's just sizing his shot up. How is he going to play it? He's playing the shot I suggested. He's going to jack up and try and stun this ball in. Oh no, he's playing it soft and just promoting it.
I can't say that these two are taking the opportunities they should be taking at a round of 16 to make quarter final. There's a lot of scrappy pull being played out there suddenly.
Yeah, and it'll continue to be scrappy pull as well in the last 8.
I do agree with you, Jamie, but I think that what happens is that you start to become negative in your mind on your abilities, and that's not a very good option.
What I mean by scrappy is, there won't always be pot outs every frame. There's going to be some tactical frames.
Definitely not. If we ran a stat on how many outs have been made during this tournament in the big guns, I think definitely it tells you at least 60% of the time, 66 maybe 2/3 of the time, you will get a shot.
Oh, probably
so
more.
So therefore, you better be able to do something if you're going to get the shot, Jamie.
Actually, to be honest, I played a lot of race to 11s, and I reckon I wouldn't have been able to count more than 10 racks that got run off their own break against me. So I had a pretty good run with that. But
yep. There you go. I saw quite a few dry breaks during the
dry breaks were insane.
Tournament, which was very, very dangerous for the person breaking.
Good
there you
shot
go.
JR
JR just played a nice little safety there, giving James the opportunity to see what he can do now. It
was actually the obvious shot, but it's still experience.
The right shot's the right shot, as John says, and he played it.
And James Meckiff has pulled out a ripper.
Pulled out a cracker, James Meckiff.
Now, I don't know if this goes the corner, this is the shot all day. If it doesn't go, then
I think it's better to play into the centre, Jamie.
Yeah, well, you're a chance to get some action on the black if you do chop it in the middle. Well, he's sort of...
John, can you just focus on playing, please? We're getting abuse from the players now into the commentary box. We'll have to go to the committee here.
Apparently that shot that I've just called was never a chance.
JR not happy with Jamie's call and letting him know as he's walking to the table.
I'm sure if I was out there and saw the shot myself with my own eyes, I might have actually agreed with him, but on the camera it looked like it might have been a shot. It looked super thin, but maybe it actually wasn't that thin. But as it turns out, the shot that he played, he kind of missed by a fair distance, and well, at least he's covered the yellow over the pocket and given JR a pretty tough shot. Now, since he's just slipped off at me, I'm going to say he's going to chop this up.
Oh, and again, I'm just watching Jake there, and young Jake driving the ball down the corner pocket, drawing it out, and letting Rob out of the table. Still plenty of work to be done on both players, but geez, it's no good when you got to walk away from the table.
And he has not tried to pot that, but I'll tell you what, don't agree with that shot at all. That's a terrible
Does this break it out, Jamie?
Well, he's actually trying to get a snooker there.
Yeah, I realise, but now
put the
if
white ball
he
hard up on the bottom cushion, that was his
the red to the top left-hand side, the white breaks the black.
I'll tell you what, I don't want to say anything because JR's in earshot again. He might actually turn around and king hit me, but I will actually look at the table this time. And
no, we call that one.
This angle is actually perfect, but the rails do slide on these, so he might miss it.
Oh, yeah.
But no, hang on, bear in mind, he did undercut that. And
by a mile, Jamie.
So if he actually gets the cut in, he probably would have got the cannon.
Well, the chance for John now. Chance. Still
And
a dead
and
ball
those
on
shots,
black.
those shots are actually the epitome of pressure, because if you miss the pottins and you still cannon the black, you've just given your opponent the frame. And obviously, if you get the pot and get the cannon, you're a hero. But they're always high pressure shots, those ones.
Absolutely, especially when you got CueballTV watching you. Now, I'd like to also say that CueballTV isn't watching Jake and Mark at the moment, and Mark has actually played a little bit of a soft shot and led Jake back to the table. Oh, JR's taken on a great cut there.
Well, that's
I didn't think you could see that, but great cut by John. Now, a pot in the yellow into the corner here, but he's got to work out now exactly where he wants the black to pot, because this is the opportunity he must take.
Well, I think the angle's a bit thin to screw up the rail and cannon the black, so I'd probably just take the safe option here. You can also go cross to offside cushion, side cushion, and then back behind the black. You also bring the middle pocket in play if you don't judge it right, risk going off. Also, you've got to get the pace right. So for me, the safe option here is just play for the double.
Yep, I agree with you, Jamie. Me personally, I preferred the doubles, so I like that idea.
You don't have to move the white that much, and he's just sizing it up now. I'm telling you now, Joe, if you're playing for the double, you need to move your hand a bit more to the right. Full commit, don't play the safety crap on it, just full commit on it. And he gets up and says, "No, maybe Jamie, maybe you're right. I'll just reassess where I want the white ball after you've given me a massive spray." Surely he's not thinking of putting the yellow over the kick. Like, what else do you think he'd be thinking about here, Kev?
I just think there's a little bit of dementia setting in.
He might have been.
I don't think he realised that he's actually looked at this and realised what he was going to do and take it straight on. Oh, jeez.
And that's too far. These back doubles are actually hard. I'm almost going to put money on it.
Straighten up.
Yeah, that he'll miss this to the
I'm only guessing that, Jamie, because I've listened to you for 3 days and I have taken advice from your brother.
This is actually not an easiest double in the world. He's actually he's got to cut it thinner than what you normally would.
Yep.
And play it with a bit more power.
Agreed.
And there is no control on the white on this. You just got to let it run. But just the natural angles of this shot looks like it's probably not going to be too bad.
Well, here we go, folks. Scores are 2-all. Johnny Russell taking on the double.
And I've called it to a tee.
To a tee, Jamie. Now,
I'm telling you guys.
James Meckiff, a couple of options here. One of the options is to pot the ball and bring the white ball down for the black. The second option is to do this, play a safety, kill your red, and give John the opportunity. We're going to discuss this with James when he gets off the table and explain to him there is 2 options. That was the third one.
I can tell you now.
As John has mentioned it before, there's left side, right side, and suicide. Yeah, and I think James went for the third one.
All that was there was a lack of experience in rushing the option. That's all that was.
And that's why I tell all the young fellas, mate, the new players, you have chalk for 1 reason. 2 reasons, sorry, Jamie. 1 is to actually chalk the cue. 2 is to meditate.
The other thing too is the rails are sliding a little bit, but that was crazy, a double, mate. So
crazy.
JR's played a good safety there.
Played a good shot. He's left James on the ball, but with not many opportunities. Now, if this was Michael Skerry, he's basically dubbing into the bottom left-hand corner and landing fat on the black. But since Michael Skerry went home very early this morning and might be watching me, it's not your shot he's going to play, Michael.
No, he's going to flick off the red thin, try and put the red in front of the black, or just.
There you go, Jamie's called it.
Create as much problem for the easy black as possible.
Thin little cut, bring the red in front of the black.
Got to be careful you don't go in off this.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, he's underhit it.
Now, young James has left JR quite a potable black, but in 1996, I think JR would have eaten this for breakfast, lunch and dinner. But from what I've heard, he actually uses milk in his cereal now, not concrete. So I can't 100% tell you what's going to happen. let's just wait and see. That's why we have the TV on.
Here's something too. Did you see him just point at the black of the cue there? I actually use the black sometimes because it's not completely clear and there's the white little circle.
Absolutely, agree with you.
Sometimes if something on that black ball gives me the perfect angle, I'll actually line up the spot on the ball instead.
Okay, I understand what you're saying, Jamie, because I reckon the same thing too, and I think Scotty Matthews had an issue with Arabic balls when they brought out the Arabic version of it. And I remember one night he couldn't win a frame because he mentioned it the first frame, and we let him know the next 3 frames he had a black attempt and missed them all.
I think Scotty might have just been looking for an excuse on that particular night. But
and there we go, folks. If you do not take your opportunities when given, in the end you result with the frame going against yourself. And I just would like to mention that I actually did collect Steve Jamieson in the Calcutta today in the basket with one of the groups, and I was wrapped with his efforts today. I watched him most of the day. I think he did a great job. He came up against Jamie Stevens, one of the all-time tournament players in Australia. And Jamie happens, like I said to you, Colby's got in his case, told him she's sick of being the #1 cueist in the house. And so Jamie's gone out there and started potting a few balls. I've also just found out from Steve Jamieson. Steve Jamieson actually has him in the Calcutta. Now, I should have talked to Steve before.
He actually threw the match so I could win.
Oh, here we have it. Live TV. Jamie just called he's throwing the match. I'll be going to court on this.
That's why I lost 4-0. He's thrown that hard.
I'll be taking all the tournament members to the court.
And I've got joint passion to media if JR wins this match.
I'll be honest with you about that match. I wrecked him.
What's that, mate?
Yeah. One mark, boss.
So Robbo is 3-1 up.
John's actually doing a bit of his own commentary while he's setting up the balls because he'd forgotten which ball goes to the front spot.
I'll tell you what, Dan's done a fair job with his camera because it's probably 15-20 metres away from the table and he's got a pretty good shot of it.
Oh, we're on there. Oh, sorry, I didn't realise.
We can also see Gusta Giorgio and Johl Young in the background as well.
This is fantastic, folks. I've got to tell you, we all rate Dan very highly, but he's come up with another cracker. He's got the camera on the 2 of the most important games, and as you can see right now, James Meckiff's 3-2 up on John Russell.
Yeah, top left-hand
Mark
corner.
Robertson 3-1 up on Jake McCartney, and Gus George 3-2 up on Joel Young.
I'll tell you what, I reckon we should just leave it like this for a bit. We get to see 3 matches at once. If you're interested in the JR James Meckiff match, have a look in your top left-hand corner. I know it's smaller, but you'll still get the idea what's going on.
Mark Robertson here.
On the black to win, so
to move to the round of 8.
So we'll probably switch back now because he's just about to win.
That's it, folks. Mark Robertson moves on to the round of 8. Jake McCartney moves to the bar.
Yes, he hasn't really left it, but we'll flick back to the main game now.
In case you're not sure, there's a few blokes at the bar already waiting for Jake. None from Victoria. None from Victoria. But no.
So I actually wasn't paying attention just because I was watching Robbo make that black. So I'm not sure what the deal is here, if JR broke or whatever. And Alec must be out of the tournament because he's having a few socials and having a bit of a cheer.
And just on that, I just want to mention that Ace has filled me in a little bit on his new theories on playing tournament pool. I remember the old days when he used to say dress right, play right. Now it's pretty much drink during your frames and have a break during off time. And it's worked for him because if you saw him, folks, he was here at 2 in the morning last night. There wasn't many other blokes with a cue in their hand at 2 in the morning.
And he did put in a very good big game.
The other bloke with a cue in his hand at 2 in the morning is at the bar now, being shouted by everybody else. He's put his money into his account with his missus and he's all covered.
Actually, Rusty's put 300 over the bar and I actually left as soon as he did it, so I haven't got a drink off him yet, so I'm going to stitch him up later.
Rusty has promised me that he will take the trophy back to Queensland and take a photo with those beautiful shoes that we handed him at the Nationals. Carol Jamie Stevens up on the stage.
So you can just see bottom left-hand corner there, Dan's just zooming in, trying to get as good a shot as we can. Obviously, there's going to be a few heads getting in the way all the time as they walk through the area, but good job that. But we'll still focus on this match on the Riley tables.
Oh, Gusta Giorgio. Gusta Giorgio, folks, he's had a yellow over the corner, just rolled the ball over and potted it. We're not 100% if he's on the black, but if he is and he can pot the black, he moves into the round of 8 against Joel Younger.
How do you know he plays against Joel Younger? Oh, he's playing Joel now. So
and he's done it, and that's the only other kid I had in the Calcutta for the weekend, folks, and we are flying. We are flying. I'm off to Thailand at 11:30 tonight, and Gussie's going to give me some cash to put in my pocket. I'll tell you, ladies, I'm coming. Oh, and here's my other roommate, Timmy Shelton. He's coming as well.
4-2. Yeah, 4-2 was the score. We actually heard that. We had a camera on it. So now, it's back to this match. James Meckiff in the lead, 3-2. One more frame to get.
Oh, and folks, seriously, back in the box, the famous Robbie Taylor. For those of you who know, Robbie Taylor. Also known, yes, Tim does believe that Robbie Taylor and David King on commentary sound very much alike.
I'm sorry, guys, I can't actually get a word in here with Kev anymore.
And what I might do, folks, I might actually go to the bar and grab a couple of drinks to celebrate Gussie getting into the quarters. I'm going to hand you over to the great Robbie Taylor with the great Jamie Stevens, and all we can get out of that is great.
Just going to say, there's a lot of greatness. A lot of greatness. Welcome, Robbie.
Yeah, thanks, Jamie. What can I say, you idiot? Well done, Kevin. One bloke who loves to talk, just a little bit.
I've actually never seen him like that in commentary before. Normally he's pretty level-headed, but he's had a few. And well, I can't say I've never done that before on commentary, so we're all victim of it at some stage.
What's going on here with JR, the great JR? Won more titles than anyone knows what to do with.
I think he's on the Reds. Well, to be honest, he's got a good chance to go game here.
That'd be nice. It'd be nice to see 3-all. The old dog with a few tricks still left.
And
he's just played that to perfection, hasn't he?
That is a very good shot. He would love to have actually just got a little bit more run through on the white to have this red in the middle. But he's going to have to play this yellow to the corner.
This is a little bit tricky, I think, Jamie. How do you see this coming about?
I'd actually be potting this red to the corner that he's sizing up now. I'd try and screw back to sort of where the blue spot is. Then I'd be potting the red over the pocket, stunning for side cushion, and just trying to get an angle to play the final red in the bottom left pocket and stun across for the black in the same pocket.
There you go, folks. You've heard it from one of the best. He's gone that deep into the competition of the big guns. Knows what he's talking about. Gus just come over. He's had a win, a big win. Well done to Gus. JR's found his own route. He's not listening to the great Jamie.
No one ever listens to me. That's the unfortunate part for me. Well, he actually did try and play my shot. Because he just didn't screw back. He just sort of twitched on it at the end.
There you go. He's taking his eyes off the ball, and that's what happens. They don't go in just because you hit him. You've got to stay down on the shot. Don't think JR's ever stayed down on a shot in his life, but anyway.
So James Meckiff has just underhit that. He wanted to be a bit straighter this on the middle, but he should still be okay to drop this in.
He's contest us all a little bit. He's played it very well.
Oh, that's a perfect little grub as well. He can just drop this in, play the yellow down, shot to nothing.
Look at that, shot to nothing. Don't we all love those?
He's playing it now.
He's played a little bit soft, but anyway, it was a shot to nothing, as Jamie said.
I definitely would have played the other one first, but he's still okay. He's in control. And JR will need to draw on his experience to find a way out of this hole.
I think he knows the shots, he just doesn't know how to execute them anymore, Jamie.
Yeah, I heard that there's no shot that he couldn't play back in his day. And Colby actually thought he used to be a good sort back then as well, so clearly she's got no judge of talent. In fact, she's with me, so absolutely she's got no judge of talent.
You've sold her the farm, haven't you?
Mate, she's living the dream, believe it or not.
Living the dream because she's with you and not JR, or?
Well, that is a dream in itself. So he's going to bust out.
Big shout out to Kerry out there. If you're out there, Kerry, with the hope you got your leopard skins on, ready for JR to come home, because looks like he'll be coming home shortly. About 4 o'clock in the morning by the time this finishes.
He can hear you, and he's just letting you know to be quiet. It's actually pretty funny this, because as JR's actually got on commentary a few times in the past, and everyone could hear him while they were playing. So he's getting a bit of his own medicine back unintentionally.
It'll be the second time this match I've been told to be quiet. That's a great shot, isn't it?
That is a very good shot.
So the aggressive safety played, 2 shots given away, and what JR's saying is if you can do this, son, you deserve it.
Well, the way I look at this, Robbie, first shot, half ball, off the back cushion, get position on the yellow. Hopefully you've got a good angle to go up the table.
Actually, I didn't see the off the back cushion like you did, Jamie. I always thought it was going to go off the jaw no matter how you played it.
I thought he hit that a bit thin.
Always a bit tough to see from the screen. But Jamie is actually looking at the table directly.
Yeah, if he hits not as thin and he actually comes off the side cushion more central, then he actually has a shot at the yellow, and then he can work his way up and look for a positional shot then. Now he's playing some kind of plant to try and disturb the red.
This is not a good idea, we don't believe. And there's the result.
Yeah, that was always going to be tricky to get a good result out of.
And probably deserved a little bit more application than what it got. If you're going to play those types of shots, you really got to have a look at them. Take your full 30-second measure and really get the ball where you want it to be.
Yeah.
They're very tough, always hard to get.
JR's just lining this ball up. Basically, he knows if he goes over the kick as well, he's not in that bad a spot, but he wants it to go in so he can run the rack.
Yeah, and if this doesn't go in, watch him pull a face.
Oh, wow, he's actually
he's just had a real red-hot dip.
Very good shot. And actually, you're right there, Robbie. He does do that funny face thing when something doesn't go in and it just doesn't work out. In fact, Robbie Taylor, you were just on television. Luke Hodge from Hawthorn, Robbie Taylor looks like.
Thank you very much. Wish I was the general like he is. A superstar of the game. Unlike myself.
So actually, JR's got the funny face going on because he hasn't landed in very good position. So he's just doing a little bit of a... Actually, his head's just turned into a lampshade.
He will be having a red-hot dip. Look at this to whether he should have a dip or play the safety, and he'll 9 times out of 10 play the safety in those situations and put it right on the other bloke.
Yeah, you're right. He does always play the percentage shot. And well, that's actually not the greatest shot in the world, but he's okay.
I don't mind the shot. I think he's played a very good shot there, Jamie.
Well, he's basically said, you know what, I'm not game enough to take the shot on the long red. I'm not game enough, so I'll let you take the long yellow on instead. And if he had got that and then went out, he would have been sick. But
and once again, just not enough application put into the shot. It was a big shot. You just can't bend down and knock him in. Yeah, if you watched Mick earlier on, he was taking his full minute to plan his outs and do the shot that he had to do.
Yeah, and it's just some experience that he needs to gain for James there. It's at tournament level. That's all that is.
And here he is. He'll be loving this, the big fella. Just loving this.
So side cushion, touch of left-hand side, and perfect on the black will be what he'll be trying to do here. And he has underhit it.
There has been a few problems here. There we go. Hands on the hip.
He's got nothing.
Ready to go.
He's got nothing. I'm right behind him. He's got nothing.
He's got nothing, Jamie?
He's got absolutely. He's got the swerve cut and try not to go in off. That's all he's got if he's going to try and get through it direct.
It's a bit of a shame. I would have loved to have seen him get on this and got it to 3 all.
I can promise you the rail died on it. He's not used to these tables. A lot of guys have been playing them a lot of the weekend and during the week, and the rails are a bit slower when you go into them. So it's just caught him out there.
He's just making sure of his angles here.
Even this,
he's just got to hit this.
Even this is going to come off funny. It won't be the natural angle, so he won't actually probably have the cushion knowledge that a lot of the players do. So he may miss this.
But how about we just say he's going to knock this in and he'll give us a fist pump. We love that. We love that. Just knocking a bit of a, oh yeah. Don't you love that when you do this?
Well,
look at this, folks. Look at this, folks. How about an oh yeah, JR?
Where's the fist pump, JR? Where's the fist pump?
Give us a fist pump, buddy. He's very happy with himself. Don't worry, he's just keeping a lid on it. He knows it's 3 all. He's got a bit of work to do.
Oh, that's ridiculous. But anyway, he's 3 all now.
No, we all love that when we do that in life. That is fantastic.
It does feel good. In fact, I actually did one of those in the big guns the other night as well, and it felt pretty good.
And what he's saying is, I don't need to get position because I can pot it from everywhere, and that's always a scary part to be.
Now, what James needs to look at there is not the fact that he's got a bit lucky and come off the side cushion and pot the black, but the fact is that, he should have just got position on the black and potted anyway. He needs to focus on what he's done wrong, but now he just needs to put all of his mind, 3 all, break, get on with it.
That's right, he's done well. He hasn't scratched off the break, always to start.
Nothing down.
Nothing down. Dry break.
Yellows all day. Obviously the black's a bit tricky, the yellow near the red here, I can't tell if it's on or not. It looks close, he's just checking it now.
And you've got to listen to this bloke out there in TV land. Jamie Stevens got more knowledge than you can know what to do with. fantastic executor of the game. And I have no doubt in my mind that Jake McCartney wouldn't be half the player he is today without Jamie in his ear every 5 seconds.
Yeah, Jake McCartney certainly become his own man now. He surpassed my ability.
But that's what happens when you have a good foundation. You need a good teacher, and if you get a chance to listen to Jamie Stevens talk about the game, always listen.
So, JR's gone for the yellow over the kick there, and he's actually missed it. He's caught the yellow on the way through, and he's gives himself a bit of a rub. If you ever actually get to look at JR on TV, he's got a bit of a chalk mark there on his forehead.
That is terrible. He's got the dynamo out again for this match and bleached the hair once again. He wants to stand out there, and shots like that will make him stand out, but probably in the wrong way. Yeah, Tails, who shouted is it? There's a common call. A little bit busy here, John.
And James Meckiff has underplayed that, but he's got the ball in the middle. I would have liked to have been a bit closer to this, but he's still okay. But this to me, Robbie, he's just potting balls. Hasn't worked out how to win yet.
Where's his transition ball? Where's his ball for the black? Something we're always very keen on.
Mate, at the end of the day, where's his ball to get on the yellow that's just below the red there in the middle of the table? Like, this is just still a really tough spot.
And this is where I feel players that have got a lot of potting ability like James has, they just need to just pull up a little bit and give themselves a chance to map out a match.
He actually had a chance right there, Rob, and he missed it. He could have actually screwed off 2 rails or 3 with left-hand side and got right behind on these balls on the right-hand side of the table.
Right, now he's in a bit of trouble. You've got one of the best blokes in the caper that can shut you out of a game from anywhere.
Yeah, at the moment, though, James is not in a bad spot. If JR manages to get a ball over a pocket that's one of these bottom pockets where the yellows are, then he'll be in real strife. But at the moment, JR's still the one under the pump that's got to produce a good safety and get a good white ball. Personally here, I'm almost going to cut this red that's on the side cushion and stun off it with a bit of side and just take the white ball at the bottom end of the table.
Just put it inside of this yellow?
Yeah,
just cover this, hold this hole?
I don't think you can actually get inside it, but all I'm doing is just trying to knock it away from there.
And just leave him a nice long shot with nothing on.
Pretty much, yep. I can't see a lot else on.
There you go. Keep it simple when you don't know. Don't try and do something, extract something that's not there.
JR, this is another option as well, is to hit this red up the top end of the table and play it safe as well with the white.
He's looking at the one in the middle, Jamie. I don't know, is he or not?
No, he's going up the top.
Okay.
I think he's actually taking the pot on.
No, he hasn't taken the pot on. Don't worry, he's not that bad. He wouldn't have missed by that much.
I actually reckon he did take that pot on, and if he pots it, he plays the ball on the left-hand side cushion down onto the yellow and gets a snooker. So he sort of creates traffic for his opponent and also gets a snooker at the same time.
Well, here we go. This is just turning the whole thing around. Now JR will just relax a little bit. He's like a big fat spider out there. This is when he's in his element.
That I actually can't. I can't actually explain how unfortunately bad a shot that is and once again it was rushed.
It was rushed. And this is where you can learn something. Just hold up for your 30 seconds. Just have a real good look and make sure about what you want to do.
Well, JR's basically sizing up this red to kick out after he puts his ball in the middle. JR actually needs to cause as much damage to his to the table as he can at the moment. What I mean by that is I mean removing dead balls away from the game, because if he leaves too many dead balls there, then James Meckiff will just take that pocket with the yellow, and then JR's the one that's faced to play big out.
That's right.
Or come up with
I agree with that totally. It's no good just saying, yeah, I can hold for this next shot. What about the shot after and the shot after? And how am I going to win this frame? Yeah. And this is what JR's doing now. He's mapping it out, trying to work out, but how can I win this frame?
I'll tell you what he's looking at here, because the yellow's not right on the cushion, he's going to punch the red down and catch the cushion just before the yellow. The yellow will kick away from the pocket. He holds the white there for a snooker.
Yeah, and he's got the hold up with the black against the red. It's going nowhere. This is the perfect opportunity to take this shot on.
Actually a match-winning shot coming up here if he gets it right. Don't have to smash this, you just got to move it out of the way. Well, he smashed it.
Smashed it.
But
it's all clear. Look at that.
Perfect white.
Have a look at that. Fantastic. Got the snooker. Black's still covered. James is in a whole lot of trouble here.
He is in massive trouble now, and I don't really see how you can win this frame from here. I really do not see an option of how you can win this frame. He might go to. I didn't even think he could get up and down here. If he can actually go up and down and get yellow onto red, this is a big shot. I would settle for that if I was him. I know it's not great.
It's not great with the way that the 2 yellows have landed. Now he's really, he's got to get 2 probably here.
Yeah, if the yellows actually didn't fall stuck on one another, that would have been a pretty good result.
It just takes a bit of the pressure off JR. He's turned this frame around a little bit, got things back onto his own ground. He'd be quite happy here. Got a bit of work to do around the black. He's got to decide whether he wants to take this on.
I reckon he's going to kick these 2 reds out now, Robbie. No.
He's on this bottom one then.
I didn't think he was. I thought he was just going to play direct into the 2 balls, but I think the other red's in the way. But maybe this one to the centre, and then stun to the bottom rail, then go for the kick out. So red into the middle, stun to the bottom rail. And that's
it. Beautiful. And it's like what Jane was talking about the shot before. If he could have seen this, he definitely would have gone into those 2 balls. Got it next to the black, and now we can. He's got 2 shots in hand. The yellows are a little bit ordinary down the bottom. It's all rosy here. You can just feel there's not too much tension here. You can just get through this very nicely.
If he can actually stun up the rail and catch the top of the 2 reds full ball, he'll kick it up into the open and he'll be on the other red, just like that. But he's just caught it a touch too hard. If that had stayed a bit still that wide, he would have been able to have a bit easier cut into the corner.
Doesn't matter. He's very professional. He'll just get onto his hardest ball now.
Well, you still probably will cut this across because you don't want to leave it till later.
The one up the top's quite easy.
Yeah, the problem is the transition from getting rid of the easy ball and then still dealing with this ball, and this is why I get it out now. You're going to have a second visit.
There's that word again, the transition. It's all about the transition. Composure and transition. Big words, but they work in this game.
And that's a good.
Hasn't he played that well? Hasn't he played that well?
Very good shot.
That's a great shot.
And the composure and experience player is now starting to dominate.
And he's played that at a beautiful pace too.
This will be JR's last 8 for a fair while too if he wins this match. I could be mistaken about that, but I don't recall him getting to the deep end of a tournament for a while. And thank God the T-shirt's down as enough. We don't get to see the plumbers crack too heavy.
Yeah, didn't know they had him in. What's that fabric that the bike riders wear? Lycra. Didn't know they could get Lycra in the Boss. But anyway, well done to you, Buff.
Can you imagine JR being a mammal, a middle-aged man in Lycra?
That'd be fantastic, fantastic.
We'll have to get a suit for him one day and get him to whack it on.
Trouble is they ride bicycles, and he definitely have to be on a tricycle.
He needs a 4-wheeler. And anyway, he will now have 2 shots in this black and take this match. And this, I think, is the last.
He will still take this at the right pace because he's all about that. That's what it's all about. Not the hero shot and leave it somewhere stupid. Just do what you got to do.
That's it.
Yeah, well done, Buff.
And the sub Buffer has won the match. And I'm going to take a break now because I think that was the last 16 match. And they'll probably do the last 8 draw soon, which I'm involved in. So we'll talk to you later.
Excellent. So that'll be us. But there's probably no matches on it for a little while. That'd be right, Dan? So it'll be nice and quiet. The ball in the bag thing means a lot to the people that are pulling the balls out of the bag. Kev's back now.
Sorry, I'm back, but I've just got to mention.
Kev will talk you through the Calcutta details.
John did mention that a dinosaur, but you can call a raptor a dinosaur. You can't call a raptor that eats vegetation a dinosaur. You call it soft. So JR, the great John Russell, through to the top 8. Through to the top 8. Here we go. John. Are we on, Dan, or not? No, we're not on. Cool, I was going to interview John, that's all. We'll wait. I was just about to interview you, but we've just gone to an ad. We've just gone to an ad, John.
Stevens made the worst call of all time.
He's just wanting to record us.